And we're back, and nice to see that, Tony. Certainly a nice gesture for Margaret Varco. Quickly, we're going to go into some other scores. O'Sullivan's Beach Lonsdale are through to the Div 7 Reserve Grand Final. They'll play Houghton Districts. Houghton Districts looking for the perfect 20-0 season. Sacred Heart have a strong lead over Broadview. 2 reserves, so win their semi. Hope Valley earlier on this morning beat Woody South in the C5 prelim, so they go through to the final. And boys, we're ready here in the middle for Payneham. It looks to me like we've got Jay Hanson, John Richards, Johnny Giannini, and possibly Matty Nye. For Port District, we've got Will Northeast.
Big Derek Clark on the right.
Yeah, big Derek Clark. What's we got in there? It looks like Trent Heffernan, of course, I think. Every matchup is crucial. Again, the Payneham big forwards will be matched up. You've got Jolly matched up on Rosenhall. That's going to be a massive battle, and we're off and running. Hanson versus Clark. Tap neutralise. Allegio will get the first effective touch. It's a handball. Here come Port District. Through the man they call Zuma. Harley Teller, quick kick. Quick win. Port District, one-on-one contest. They'll have a shot from goal, 40 metres out, directly in front.
Yeah, quick entry there, wasn't it, to Port District, seeing and have that shot. So, chance to get first blood here.
Yeah, it was interesting. Payneham Norwood Union actually had 2 times had their hands first on the ball, but went backwards. The old go backwards to go forward, but it played into if you can't execute the skill, it played into the hands of Port District as a player comes in 40 metres out, pretty much dead in front. Oh, a little bit of a swing to the right, and I'll tell you what, looks good off the boot. The crowd's got around him.
Was it Batty?
I think it's Jay Williams, isn't it? I think. I don't know.
We'll turn around and we'll get him. No, it's Batty. Number 6,
Batty.
isn't it? Yeah, James Batty, of course.
James Batty.
And I
He's had a very good year as a small forward, James Batty.
Yeah, he didn't come out of the on the ball. I thought he may have, but he didn't.
No, he couldn't have. No,
he was up forward. And a good strong mark, he's that low centre of gravity, but very low centre of gravity actually. But look at them now; they're outsized a few of the players there. So they've got a smaller forward line against the taller back line here. This will be interesting. Yeah.
So it's Batty on Bauer. Bauer wouldn't be happy with the start of that, and he'll certainly be checking him very, very closely after a good game last week. Pushed in the back there, the Port District's player it looked like, but nothing doing by the umpires. He'll come up with no skin and bone on those elbows and knees, I'll tell you right now. And we're going to have a ball up, secondary ball up, right in the middle of beautiful Payneham Oval. Tony Neal.
Yeah, the umpire let that go. Harley Tiller it was, who's quite diminutive in size, and
angry little fella too.
Went head first. So the big ruckman battle it out, and forward they come again, Port Districts, and there's Northeast. You'd expect that. Just they're going to bulldoze. He's got a free. He's bumped into the biggest bloke on the ground while he's got the free.
Just like the old
comes
man.
Wide onto the wing. So let's see how they set up. They've got another one free on this wing if they want. He's a release, but no, they've gone into the forward on low, penetrating kick to a lead. Well defended there, and that was Pierce Seymour coming out, who was very impressive last week as well. So if he can continue on his form, bobbling around on that half forward line.
And we'll have a ball up 50 metres around from the Payneham goal. One thing Adam Jeffries, the Goodwood coach, told us is he thought that Port District had the best foot skills in the league. Now they need to reinvent a little bit of a game plan today. They need to cut Payneham open, because Payneham have had their measure in the last few contests, and Payneham should clear here. Ball bobbles around though, at ground level. Player drops to his knees. Ball still spilling around. Oh, he's tackled quickly. It's Batty again, I think. We're going to have a ball up 30 metres out from the Payneham goal, Luke Hosey.
Yeah, Damien Coulthard could have got a free there for one around the choppers, I thought.
Yes, his knees unfortunately gave way like so often these days.
And just seeing there the amount of players that have come up around the ball again. I know it's early. Everyone wants a touch, get that little bit of confidence up. And big collision. He has cleaned up the Payneham Norwood Union player there and absolutely knocked him rotten.
Trent Heffernan there.
He's not real well there, and I think that's
Chase
Bauer?
Yeah.
Just slow to get up, but he's right. Now let's see, we've got Orchilio out here on this flank. We've got another player on the other flank in orange boots, quite free, and he gets that ball out on the far side. The next kick in line, and he's just missed-kicked that on a day like this, and that's thank you very much. And he's come down to half forward, up they go, big climb, could not quite take it, ball bobbles down, well read. 2-on-1, Jolly can't take it. It must be the new boots. Out it comes. Tackle there. They're in trouble. They are in trouble here. Look at the pressure there.
How did he get rid of it? How did he get rid of it, Tony Neal? Good tackle. Sorry, was that Liam Davis that caused the first contest to bring it forward? Didn't take the mark, but just managed to keep it moving forward, and then it was a quick kick to Jolly. Nothing doing. But that tackle for me, they're the ones I want to see rewarded when they don't get correct disposal.
Once again, congestion around the ball. First time down this end. There's no one out this side for a release kick if they need. Player slow to get off the ground there for Payneham. Well, he's still getting up, and that's Paul Lowe. Just a little bit slow to get up on it, and I think this is going to be one of these games. It's going to be, like you said, battle of attrition. Blokes are going to get knocked around, but I tell you what, that forward line pressure is fantastic there, Payneham Norwood Union.
Nice
just
release.
A little release out, and
Tiller.
that was Jaden O'Neill, I reckon it was, Tiller, yeah. Down the wing it comes.
Yeah, I think that might be Pocock, is it? Just leading it over the boundary line. Might not be. It's hard to see.
I think it's Gav Shepherd.
A long way away. I might get on the binos, boys. Leave the play to you.
Okay, so the throw-in's going to come in on that far side on the wing. The ruckmen haven't changed as yet, so we've got Hanson versus Clark, and in it comes, easy winning there, Hanson. But once again, they tend to be tapping backwards to go forward, but I think they're playing into Port District's hands. They might want to have a look at that tactic.
I think that's that Payneham style, that Norwood Macca style. They do go backwards to go forward a bit.
So the free kick coming out just on the far side on the wing, just looking around. He's got no switcher play, so he's going to have to come down the line. Let's see what target he's looking at. It's not Jolly. That's a good grab. No, I'll tell you what, the umpires in these first few minutes really have let things go.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things I noticed. That was Richards with his first effective touch. He's in the blue boots, easy to follow. And it looks like Will North East is really following around Johnny Giannini very closely. So he looks like a bit of a tagging role today. So
who's got him, TJ?
Will North East looks like he's really following him closely. Obviously, when he gets his chance to go for the ball, he goes for it, but putting a lot of time into him.
The big-bodied Rosenthal on Jolly too. That's a good matchup.
There's Orcello. How good is Orcello? He's a superstar.
There's one down the other end too. Nick Hales is absolute gun at centre half back for Port Districts.
Yeah, Hales probably hasn't had as good a year as he had last year, I wouldn't have thought. He was very good last week, I'm told, but yeah, Hales certainly can play.
So Orcello was at 2-on-1 there, but he just sees the ball, get ball up, and I'll tell you what, he's quite reliable as the ball comes into the forward line, 2-on-1,
low,
this way, that way. Nice, clever little tap. It's what happens next. Player comes inside, centres it, can't get it. That's a huge punch out there.
Hales, yeah.
Hales, was it? Yeah.
The double-fisted volleyball spike.
So we've got Hales on Davis, and we've got Rosenthal on Jolly up there. So their best two defenders have gone to the best two forwards. So yeah,
he has. He's paid deliberate, has he?
It was deliberate. So
Jolly's just on his own there. Look, 10 metres inside. He's the arms out wide.
Rosenthal made no other attempt other than hit it out of bounds.
This might be Forster with a kick basically under the tree, and he's gone inside a Jolly, bang, hits him.
He was there for a long time.
Hard to miss too.
He was there for a long time. So we see a first interchange now as Matthew Knight comes on, who's quite impressive. Now they start rolling the interchanges as we're waiting for Nick Jolly. Distance
won't be a problem. As a matter of fact, if you've got kids on the playground, keep an eye out for the ball now. This will go 60 and it'll be a big kick. It's just a question of accuracy.
It's like King William Street at 5 o'clock, send them come in on and out, and have a look at them all. 6 on, 6 off.
I'll tell you who did come on there was Rookie, who was quite good last week as well.
Yeah, strong body.
How good is it to take a player off and get him to come on for you? So, corner in the new white boots. I'll tell you what, that play, Forster. Yep, and he's calling for... He's trying to play for a little bit more space, I think, there. But
should run around the right. He does. And... got it. Kicks it. Here come the Falcons. Alex Forster with his first. That back appears all right. Of course, he was off most of the game. Probably 7 minutes in. Copped a big knock early at Luke Hosey. Yeah. And they put him on ice. And obviously, he's come good. He's kicked his first. And Payneham's first on the Harley Heaven Firm scoreboard. Payneham 1-1.
Just seeing he's got him. I think Jorgensen's got him as well. So, yeah, the Port Districts have obviously done their homework as to who's going to get who back there.
The Port District mascot's still on the ground at half-back flank there, or is that the 19th player? There's a magpie on the ground. Just watch. Look, it's always good to get that first score, isn't it? You know, especially in a final. Just settle the whole team, and good for, like you said, Forster. Last week.
Sorry, Port District with 3 teams playing here today. They've got probably a lot of support. Ross Trevor have walked away with 2 losses today in the C grade and the B grade, but this is the A grade. This is for all the marbles. That looks like that might be Pocock. It is.
It's easy.
Pocock with an up and under kick, and beautiful chop off Paddy Sanzo. I like Paddy Sanzo's game last week. No one on the mark.
That was one-handed running the wrong way. That'll augur well in finals. He's gone straight into the middle of the ground. It actually looks a little bit sticky. You probably know it better than us, TJ. The centre of the ground there still looks a little bit sticky in places, and probably rock hard in others.
I did stand in it on Wednesday night, but I never used to leave the goal square, mate.
Big Derek Clark.
Yeah, Jolly shepherded out there.
Out to Coulthard with a switch, so he's going to come down the scoreboard side and just hits up a target there. Oh.
bobbled out.
Yeah, nearly bobbled, but he took the mark. Can't see who that is on the far side.
Might be Greg if it's number 4, maybe.
I think it's Lockie Greg, yeah. And, Jay Hansen comes across and hits the ball out of bounds.
We've seen that a few times, the double-handed fist. Just sometimes nerves come in and the safer option is, well, will I mark, will I, indecision, quick
Well, if you can get
second,
2 fists
bang.
to it, Tony, you open them up.
You may as well mark it. Yeah,
open them up and grab it. Thoughts, feelings, emotions from Tommy Javor.
And as we can see, all the players across, I love doing this sort of stuff, they're across to one half of the ground. There are 2 players isolated in the goal square, about 30 metres out this ball on the half-forward flank. So there's no one between full forward and this ball up for those watching at home to the left of screen. Players now from, I reckon, the far wing have come in.
They're all at a quarter of the ground.
Yeah.
Quarter of the ground.
So it bobbles up, but Payneham Norwood Union get the kick out. Now what happens from here? The little player there, Tiller, onto it again. Oh, just about high. Yes. Head over the ball. Rookie, I reckon.
He's an angry little ant.
So Rookie just goes back, low penetrating kick, hits the ground in front of the player there, but first to it,
Davis.
Little handball over the top, and it's Bauer, is it? Just ball bobbles out, and they're away. I tell you what, Port District, they pick up pretty quickly if you make a mistake. Look at Cello over the top. Pay it, umpire, come on. And around the corner, I tell you what, just bobbling in the goal square. Payneham Norwood Union player's got a paddock in front of him.
Sanzo to Wagner, tentacles, Wagner, he'll fly. Wagner versus O'Neill, very interesting matchup. The experience versus youth there. And here's O'Neill now. JJ, the former Gaelic Football Association Player of the Year, looks in ball, but good courage there.
Jamison
Jamo Bauer with a little bit of power. Well done there, the man they call Jamo. And he goes to LD. They've used him a lot early, Davis. Hasn't quite grabbed the ball, but here it comes. Might bounce up for him. Darren Jarman, 97 style. But here, Port District's plenty of numbers on the scene. Both teams really cracking in, having a go. Here's Paul Lowe. Big punch forward by Port District. Straight into his mate's guts, I reckon. And in the old comic cuts, as they say, and we're going to have a ball up just forward of the wing towards the Payneham end. And, of course, that end to the right is the Pernix end, isn't it?
Pernix and Hydra Smart, yep.
Pernix to the right, smarter with data. Hydra Smart to the left. Better water.
So ball goes up, the ruckman contest, they lock arms, away they come. Payneham Norwood Union, nice
Ansel.
deft little kick, and look at that, that's Giannini, is it?
Ansel to Giannini.
How do you reckon he'll go here, TJ? He's right on 50?
Yeah, I think he'll take his absolute best kick. I wouldn't put my house on it.
It was interesting, just as that last ball up was about to go up, there was a Payneham Norwood Union player calling for the on-ballers to get down there, so the ball's going to obviously move around a fair bit.
Right on 50.
I'll tell you what, you picked it.
Yeah, just going for the distance there, because from 50 means you've got to kick at 55. You just tend to hook it. I know I struggled from 50, Tony.
Never a problem for me, but I was a full-back. Anyway, ball comes in now, talking about the full-back, and
Sanzo.
he's just got it over the top, and that's Jack Foster. Yeah.
It's a good kick.
Just come onto the ground to replace Gav Shepherd.
Nice left foot kick too.
That'll fly.
2 on 1.
Well
in
done,
trouble
Hansen.
here. 3 on 1 now. Look at him back up.
Frosty
1,
Ansel,
2
Seymour.
handball. Yeah.
The
Look at his left
postman,
foot.
because he delivers. Yes, finds low. His first effective kick. Beautiful looking kick. Finds the situation. He's 60 metres out and in his distance. That's got to be 25, surely.
No.
Is that not a rule in this?
I don't think he's past
Okay.
What with Rosenthal on the mark?
No, with Tiller going past and actually touching him on the anus. But anyway, 55 to 60 metres out, Nick Jolly. He will go bang in the new boots. Just a bit high, wide and handsome. It'll be just the 1 point, will it? Not quite. Ball spills out of play. No, it's still in play. Port District will clear. How they come through Tiller. Chain of handballs. Looks for and finds Heffernan. Heffernan now. Port District captain. The state under-23 captain. Goes back to his good mate there, Zuma Tiller. Zuma Tiller's been good early. 6 or 7 touches.
Oh, no. He's just about to go down the line.
Thinking.
Looking for McInerney.
No, he's going to go right in the middle. Roll the dice a little bit. Looks for Derek Clark. Clark creates. Here comes Foster. There's Hanson cast in the role of a rover. Hits up Chase Bauer. Good build up from Payneham. The human blanket, Matty Nye. Goes quickly. Joshy Donoghue crosses 50. Goes bang. Rookie in the square, and great defensive play there by Port District, wasn't it?
Josh, it's Nick Hales again, got his fist in there and tapped it through for a rush behind, so well done to Nick Hales.
And you got a feel for Tom Wagner. He got absolutely cleaned up by Derek Clark in that last pack, but he bounced back up, the young lad. So the fullback kicks in there. They're tending to go long out of fullback, and that's
Hales
a good
again.
grab, yeah. And I think that's is that Hales that's taken the grab, or Jorgensen?
Hale, the great man.
Hales.
So he's gone down to the wing. So 2 possessions. Can they go coast to coast? first. Third kick, very precise.
Foster.
So that's Foster it is. So wheels around on the left, comes inboard, dangerous, and will northeast. Fourth kick now, into full forward. I tell you what, almost the coast to coast, and here they come, Payneham Norwood Union. One bounce. He's still got a little bit of space in front of him. He's popped it up high there to the young lad.
He had to do better.
And he's then tried to run through. The other player looked because he knew what was coming.
Well done, young fella.
And Wagner did a fantastic job to tie that up, because that player looked before he got the ball in his hands.
Yep.
I think he's filled the jocks, to be honest.
I thought Josh Richards' first effort there wasn't good enough. His second effort with the tackle took a big knock to the face. Really good finals footy stuff. I'll tell you what.
So you wouldn't believe it there. Jolly was the ruckman who tapped it too. Hanson, who's the other ruckman. Now they go back. A handball into the centre of the ground. They've got numbers here. They're away here if they want to be, because all the on-ballers are still caught. Wagner, that needs to hit Wagner. It's missed him, and it's given him a chance, and now the on-ballers have caught up.
High risk, high reward coming back in the middle.
It's still on. The umpires have let it go. It's down to centre forward.
Good flying mark. Who's that LD? Liam Davis. Yeah, he'll shoot from 55, and he is a beautiful kick. Looks quickly, goes to Forster. Good spoil, Port District. Rookie at ground level, open goal. Bang!
Got it.
There go the Falcons.
Rookie straight through. You don't,
baby.
You don't see him running around in circles, do you?
No, he's a straight line player. They say he put on a bit of beef. Few of the boys call him chunky. I haven't called him that to his face, but I tell you what, he's going to be handy.
Young Eric Rook too. Middle name of Eric, so we make sure all of Adelaide know his name is Eric.
Eric Rook. Special comments from the rulebook. Malcolm Ashwood, of course, a former past player, and great to hear from the rulebook there.
Yeah, the Wesley Grand medal. Yeah.
Former past player.
Former past player. Past player, maybe? I don't
know. He's not a past player anymore.
Heavily involved in the cricket club, right?
Yes, he's a great man on Facebook too. So up it goes, and tapping forward there, clear tap. But once again,
Sorry, I've got to call you up. Can you be a great man on Facebook? Is there such a thing? Sorry, only we have a ball up.
Hanson it was. Now he's actually facing away from his goals. Have a look at the ruckman. They're both facing the opposite way to their goals.
Yeah, both trying to go check
That's
side.
interesting. Yeah. Well, why doesn't one just run around the other side and let the other one win it?
I'm still waiting for a third man up.
So up it goes. Gee, they're having a good tussle. Trying a little left foot deft kick out there was Derek Clark. Couldn't get hold of it. I'll tell you what, they must be loving it. We're getting another ball up in the middle.
Very similar types of ruckman.
Interesting pattern as well. Let's not forget, in the first 18 seconds of the game, Port District took a mark, had a shot kick to goal. So it's been 2 goals, 3 since that point. Payneham on top, really building well from the back line when there is a turnover through Pierce Seymour, Paddy Sanzo, Chase Bauer and these types.
And there's just that little bit of slippery mud there. The player couldn't quite get away. So the pack forms.
Have a look at this one, Tony. Look at the tight tag Orcello's got on his opponent. Just giving him the 25 metres.
25 metres, yeah. That's called time and space. So
just on 17 minutes gone to the first quarter.
Hack kick by Zavril out, but it's gone. I'll tell you what, they capitalise on it, Port District here. They get it down here. This is where they came undone last time. They got it down to there. Now player running through. If you can break the tackle, he's in.
Tackle.
Left foot snap
well
around.
done.
Yeah, very good. They rely on that by the looks of it, and that was Heffernan, was it, with the goal? But
Gav Shepherd with a great handball off the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, well done.
They tend to pop the ball down with a few long kicks, and it came undone once or twice, but it's worked once or twice, and there you go. They've scored a goal out of it. So the 2 goals 3 to 2 goals.
Yeah.
On
it's a 3 points of difference.
Scoreboard.
Yes. Look, it's a missed tackle, boys, but it's Trent Heffernan, and he has an ability. He has a lateral ability to shift you to move sideways like very few other players in the league. So it can happen a lot with Trent.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
And he played to his strength there. He knew that he was going to run left, and sometimes even at Division 1 level, that can catch opposition teams out, depending on which way you're going.
And that's the balance of the boy, and obviously why he's such a good player. He can go off either foot, and you've got to respect both sides of his body.
So let's just see what happens with this ruck tap.
It's like they're about to start in a race, aren't they?
Yeah, but are they going to tap backwards the wrong way? No, he's
not a lot of jumping on his rookie's strength and his tackle. Brought to his knees, and we're going to have a ball up there.
Yeah, last week Rook played deep forward. Today he's having a bit of a run on the ball. He was linking up from half-back before, so different role for Macca for him.
There's big tap for by Jay Hanson to Rook. Rook, quick drop punt to the forward line. Here comes Jolly. Rosenhall leads in the race to the ball. Should have scored it over the line. Tappy, tappy, tappy. Ball out of play 40 metres
Did that rather well, taking it out, didn't he? Disguised it pretty well.
Well, he got escorted over the line with the ball, as you called TJ there, but Big Jolly escorted both over.
This is where I like the setup, because you'd be happy for Jolly in the ruck here. He's strong. He's got a good deft touch, and you've got Jay Hanson in that kick behind the play.
Just like to see
locks
someone
it in.
Come forward of this pack, if he can get the tap there. Now there's the runner, a little bit later on. Jolly a bit slow to get up off the ground. ground as the players are just getting held in here. The thing you notice with Port District, they're not going to take a back step, and I don't reckon Payneham Norwood Union are. Let's just see if there's a player running by. Pretty static at the moment. Now our player gets on the bite. Matthew Knight can't get it out. Round the corner it comes. So ball comes into the forward pocket, Richards. Just waiting for it there. Yeah, he had to wait for it.
Oh, nice release to Paul
Lowe.
Slips on the right, don't tell me.
It's a great
and he's just turned to the Port District crowd and said, Paul Lowe here, good afternoon.
Great goal for
about
Paul Lowe,
that. The boy that was once told in primary school, you look like Caramello Koala, you'll never be a footballer. He's won a few finals off his own boot at Payneham.
He was working in a shoebox there too. He didn't have a lot of room, and bang, just on that right boot around the corner, and straight through for a great goal. Team lifter.
Payneham answer 3-3, plays 2 goals on the Hartley Heaven Firm scoreboard. Tony Neal.
I was just going to say, he slipped it, he kicked it, but I think he'd actually released the ball on the kick before the slip, if that makes sense. So he knew it was a set shot.
I was over there by the Port District faithful. A lot of good advice given by that group over there. A couple of eskies on the go as well. Just yes, anyway, it's free kick.
Josh
well done.
Richards,
and Richards set that last one up. So Richards, a good little purple patch. Looks for Davis. Davis flies in front. Big grab, 60 metres out. Danger signs Port District because Davis wheels on the right. He'll look for the situation. But in front, again, Jolly didn't. People will say he didn't do anything then, but Jolly held out the opponent and allowed.
He held Rosenthal out of the contest.
And that's where you get these cretinous Div 6 people who might watch this telecast and go, oh, you love you. You don't get it. If you don't understand football, you wouldn't know what he did there. Really good play.
Held him out. He saw that
and protected a fair amount of space.
Yeah, he saw that Forster was a yard or two in front of Jorgensen, held him out, and he just come across the front and took the mark and got the goal. So well done. It's one of those 1%ers.
Forster looming as very much a danger man here. That's 2 for the quarter. If Forster kicks 5 or 6, you'd say Payneham have to win, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, just on that point, while that's coming back, I can remember going to a talk the great Stan Wickham gave one day, and he said if you get 30 possessions in a game, you might have touched the ball for a total of maybe 4 to 5 minutes. And it's what you do when the ball's not in your hands, and I'm all for it, TJ. Remember what you said, Nick Jolly there. You need to be playing the game when you're not touching the ball. Yep. That's what it's about.
Last year we saw the Langford get hold of Districts here.
Sorry, Hanson. Richards with his third clearance. Oh, good play, Port District coming across. Davis at ground level. So we'll come back to you, Hosey. And the umpire says your ball, Port District's advantage. Here we go. Douglas Gregg, Dougie Gregg as they call him. Pushes it with an ugly kick. Here's Sanzo first to it. Quick Shepherd applied by the chainsaw. Jack O'Leary comes in board. Good composure. Here's Allegio, 65 out. Tiller guarding the mark fastidiously. Yes, right, fastidiously. That's a word, isn't it, Tony?
Starts with F.
Yes.
Or PH, I'm not sure.
Here we go. Long. They fly. Big pack. Ground level now. Here's Heffernan. Pushes out, falling down, gives a good handball right in front of another Port District contingent. There's some people at this ground, a good building crowd coming through with a head of steam. Giannetti, cute little kick, looks for. Oh, Ansel, Frosty Ansel cops one high.
Yeah, gets one through.
Free kick, 45 metres out. If he was kicking for my life, I'd probably buy the coffin right now.
Just the last 2 times at Port District, and this is where they might get burned out. They've come out. Payneham Norwood Union have turned that ball back over, put them under pressure, and brought it straight back in again. And you can only do that for so long. They got cleaned up on the wing, and then out here, if they can cut them off and get that ball back in, this is what's going to happen. Scoreboard pressure. I
hinted
someone gets the ascendancy.
Before the game against the big marking power up there, and I just think that Jorgensen's not up to looking.
Ansel! He's made a mucker of me. Sorry, Hose. I'll come back to you. He's kicked his first. I've said he wouldn't kick it, but he has kicked his first, and Payneham's 5th. 5-3 plays 2 goals. Sorry, Luke Hosey.
Yeah, we've already seen that Forster's kicked 2 on Jorgensen, just not experienced enough to go with him. We saw last year Tommy Langford kick 6 here on Port Districts. There's that 3rd tool. So they're able to get Jolly and they're able to get Davis, but they don't have anyone for Forster, and I don't see anyone going with Wagner. That's there.
And then Rookie floats through there as well.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said before the game. Tools up there, good tools.
You're exactly right with that, Luke, because Forster's actually the deepest forward at the moment.
Yeah, well, they've worked it out. They're playing him one out in the square now.
Yeah, I reckon Jolly's playing on our forward flank. Yeah. Just as I speak, it comes out towards him. He'll get it. He'll give it to someone else or pass it on. Look, they're holding it up again.
Holding the ball, isn't it?
This is where they're going to be. No. Now this is where they've come undone. It's this nest kick. Now they've got a free out here. They've got to. Oh, use him, son. No, he's going on the left. Now he's just going to bomb a 50-50
McInerney's barely had a touch yet, Hose.
Look at this bloke.
Yeah.
Down it comes 3-on-1. They should clear Payneham. No, the other opposition here just come on to the
Classic
ground, got cleaned up. Yeah, he got cleaned up just as he kicked that. He's quite light.
Yeah, it was pretty soft, wasn't it, really?
I think they need this.
There was nothing in that.
I know.
He
If
almost
anyone
carried
deserves
him.
to get cleaned up, it's Heath Pocock, let's be honest.
But as he kicked it, the Payneham player actually held on to him to try and hold him. To hold him up.
He didn't,
so he didn't, he could have absolutely ploughed him into the ground.
Lining up for it is James Batty, who's already kicked one and looking like a real danger man, certainly competing, and with his on-chase bow, 40 metres out, slide angles. Takes a little sidestep, and that is just a beautiful kick. He's got an interesting kicking style, but it's effective. Now, one thing I've noticed, Luke Hosey, last time we saw Port District, McInerney 40 touches, plays as a quarterback role. They haven't used him yet, however, they did get a goal out of that one, so maybe they know what they're doing and I don't, but got to get him involved in the game.
From Webb Oval, it's Glenunga 8-2, playing Edwardstown 1-2.
UBLT, come on you Blue Rams! Home away from home.
And Jolly's come into the ruck. Hanson's come off now. We did see this last week as well, and during the third and fourth quarters they were used in 5-minute bursts, but how far in are we there, Luke? About 25 minutes, so Jolly didn't get off the ground, but he swats it back, shepherded the area, so the umpires paid it to the Port District player.
He was genuinely confused there, Jolly, by that decision.
Just takes one step and bangs it on the boot. Didn't even work on the kick, and they're going to clear easily here or have a bounce. Payneham Norwood Union on the right foot and not quite to that.
There he is. Say his name. Say his name. It's Theo Theodorakopoulos.
Theo
Theodorakopoulos.
I can see it, but my eye start at the T at the front and I don't get to the S at the end.
Theodorakopoulos. You're going to say it when he gets the ball. Theodorakopoulos.
It'll take me the quarter.
I've practiced it all morning.
Anyway, in it comes. There's players. Now we've got a good structure around the ball. Players behind, players in front. Clear tap, and they couldn't get hold of it. Pushing through there. Tom Corcoran just barged his way through. This is where they just tend to bomb that ball in.
And there he is.
It's worked 50% of the time. 50% of the time it's come away. So out he goes. He's got a great left foot normally, but of course we call it now a left footer to a left footer. They're playing with a left footed ball out here. So left footer. Look at that spear and kick in. Spoiled easily. Payneham Norwood Union mop up through Patrick Sanzo. Out it comes to the wing. It's going to go right out wide there. Not able to get down to it and just bobbling over. And Liam Davis.
Thank you, mate. And what's fantastic is as well, Luke Hosey, is for all those clubs who haven't got finals to watch this today, to watch a Div 1 game. Clubs like that finished last and got relegated. Clubs like Ingle Farm, guys like Paul Manuel. You've got something to do. So we're happy to bring this to you today, and win a game of football, buddy. Sorry.
I can see another text coming through.
And we're going to have a ball up 65 metres around from the Payneham Mill. Just call it like I said, man. Well, it's a good game so far. Payneham by 15 points. Latter stages of the first quarter. Big tap there by Jolly. Out wide. Running onto it. Port District. Well read. It's Coulthard. This way, that away. Backdoor handball. Kicks it high up and under to the half. Forward area. Good mark, is it? No. Pierce Seymour just gets that vital hand in. Pushes over line 40 metres around. 27-minute mark. First quarter. Tony Newell.
It's just that pressure kick like that coming in. It's as I said, it's probably a 50-50 and you want to try and capitalise on it. But look, Payneham Norwood Junior got a free out the back here as well. So the ball comes in. Jolly's done well in the ruck. I don't think he's missed one. He's punched that 30 metres their way, although Port District come in. Once again, another high ball. Can they capitalise? It's on the ground. Not able to get to it. Ball bobbling around. Diving on that was Seymour and couldn't quite get that up. It just sort of stopped in the mud there.
Yeah, 27.5 minutes gone. Wouldn't be too long to go.
Good opening quarter. Payneham Norwood Union 5-3. They'd be happy with that. 2 goals up. So up it goes and just trying to spot it through, boys, if you can. Nick Jolly there couldn't get it out. I reckon it's quite spongy right there. Coulthard it is over the ball. Oh, and he's ploughed into. And has the umpire called that? No, he says, give it to me, boys. Give me a bit of airtime. So Jolly now, he's going to shepherd, I reckon, the space around him there, Luke. So let's see what he does. Up it goes, and there he goes. Taps it back towards the boundary, gets a throw in, and just as the siren goes. So the Harley Heaven and Firm scoreboard, 5 goals, 3 Payneham Norwood Union leading Port District 3 goals straight.
Yeah, just some goal kickers for the quarter. So it's 5 to Payneham Norwood Union. There was 1 to Christian Roke. Yeah, he said that the video's lagging, so showing John over during the quarter. And we're back. Sorry about that. We're just having a bit of a lag issue with all the data getting used around the ground with all the people, so just lagging. So yeah, big result there at Webb Oval though, with Glenunga with a 7-goal advantage at quarter time. They've come out and
massive.
Gone bang.
It's going to be an all-round grand final by the looks of it.
Yeah, Ungley defeated Spock in the Division 2 reserves final by 2 points. Old Ignatians won the C2 against Ungley by 9 goals. That's from Kane Stewart. Thanks, Kano. Matty Bedgegood sent through that CBC Division 5 reserve 9-goal winners over Lockley. So they're into both grand finals next week, CBC. So yeah, keep sending the results in. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Luke Hosey.
Oh, here's one. Hope Valley defeated Woodville South by 3 points and are into the
Actually watched that game.
C5 grand final.
Goal in the last couple of minutes, a really good mark, and goal from about 35 metres out, set shot, pressure shot from the Hope Valley player. It was actually good to watch. It was a pretty exciting game. Big crowd out at Morgan Oval earlier on today. I think I've got some more scores as well. Of course, there's no AFL and SAAFL today. All SAAFL games are being played tomorrow, but we've got certainly got some more scores, and this just in grand final. It is a grand final today in Division 6. Everyone said Ross Trevor all the way. Well, it's Ross Trevor, Rosewater. Sorry, Rosewater, yeah. Ross Trevor. I'm a little bit dyslexic.
2-1. We just read that one.
Yeah. So that is a live score. So sorry, I should probably be listening.
And Gavin Lauder just sent one through. He said the Crows are winning the 98 grand final. Replay on Triple M.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I knew that was on. 20 years.
Div 5 reserves. Sorry, it's CBC by plenty.
Yeah, I was just going to say, just as this quarter-time break, there's a lot of people around the Payneham. It's almost, you'd say, close to like an SAAFL sort of feeling, isn't it? The amount of people, that too, that are around around the players out there.
Huddle,
and Port District have probably got 50% of that crowd, but there's still a fair crowd around them. And just
certainly
finals football, first day of spring. I tell you what, if you're involved in football, this is when you want to be playing these type of games.
I'll tell you, Tony Neal, 3 of my favourite words in the world start with F. Falcon Finals Football.
Fantastic.
We've got another score from Division 1. We've got Teatree Gully 1-1 at Pertaringa playing Goodwood 1-3.
Wow.
Quarter time.
There could be a breeze out there. The foothills, obviously, they're about 15-20 minutes that way towards probably just down there.
Well, the Gullies, we saw that last week. The Gullies got towed up down here, and close game, and so it'll be interesting to see how much of a toll that takes on them. And
10 goals will win that one for sure down at Teatree Gully against Goodwood, I think.
Well, we were out there the other way. Yeah, you're right.
Not so much here. 10 goals won't win this one here. Just quickly, speaking of goals, goal kickers for Payneham, Forster with 2 singles to Rookie, Alo and Frosty Ansell. For Port Districts, James Batty with 2 and Trent Heffernan with 1.
We saw that game where we were at Goodwood, and we saw Luke McInerney, but he was on his own all day there, and he racked up probably 35 possessions. Probably only had 1 or 2 touches in that first quarter, so a big difference playing on your own, isn't it? Playing that quarterback role, or actually today it's 1-on-1 all over the oval.
And there hasn't.
Sorry, I was going to say, the other person that really impressed me today, I haven't seen a lot of him, Josh Richards. 3 really crucial clearances that got Payneham's momentum going, and the feed handball to Paul Lowe. Probably only had 5 or 6 touches, but every touch had an impact.
Yeah, and as I said, that breakdown in the last quarter there, a couple of times, Port District on the far side, Payneham Norwood Union are quite stoic, so all the players are pretty close around the ground. They've got the Jolly up there playing on half forward. Like, what a foil they've got. He's at half forward, and I reckon Foster at full forward, and umpire's going to ball it up. If they can get it down that way, they're going to dominate down through there, I reckon.
Plenty of ex-Payneham players listening today. Shout out to Mitchie Kayon, Heathy Tank Turner, and all the others out there listening. Really appreciate you tuning in, and go the Falcons. Yes, that's right, go the Falcons. I can say that. So, here's Donahue. Donahue with that. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. There's no other way to describe that.
Well, Jolly was there, but this player picked him up.
Simon Madden's identified that Forster's the issue, and he sent Nick Hales back to fullback.
Ironically, Foster gets the kick, as you say, Forster. And here we go. Quick football by Port District. 3-on-1 though. Cello. That's just tailor-made for him to come over the top and kill. But release handball from Port District's out the back, and well done again. Right place, right time. Just pushing along the line and doing well. That Paddy Sanzo. Paddy Sanzo put together his last 5 quarters of footy have been very good, I think, Tony.
And Tom Eckel, we're just putting a little bit of pressure on. We haven't called him much today. I've seen him coming on and off as the umpire throws in. A lot of players around the ball. There's no one back of centre in the centre of the ground here for Port District if they get it, but trying to take that, couldn't quite get it, was Harley Tiller.
Or Cello, Allegio.
Randy goes,
he's driven into the ground. Ollie Pride, it looked like to me.
Umpires let it go again. They're really letting this go, and it's bobbled over the ground. Now, this is a dangerous position if Port District can set up. They've now got a player behind the pack. Always look at that and who's going to run around behind this. There's so much congestion at the front. If they can get this over the back, doesn't go that way, it goes forward into the congestion. Out they come, Orcello it is. Quick handball up. Oh, a little bit of a hard handball to get hold of. Takes guts and courage now. Put your head over the ball. A lot of players bouncing around the ball. Bumbled forward 30 metres. Hills. Quick hands. Donahue.
This way, that way. Jolly. Nowhere to go. Gives it somehow to Chase Bauer. And on the left. Oh, that was a wrestling move. Davis.
Been down the ground.
Well, if the other one was, that certainly was. Back to Davis. 1-2. Davis goes bang. Here's Forster. Position A. Oh, up and down at the back. Wagner. Tentacles. It's gone over for a goal off the wrong foot. He has had an airy, missed with his left, and kicked it with his right.
Who got that?
Tommy Wagner. Like my old man used to say, you don't look at the mantelpiece when you're stoking the fire.
I thought he had an aerial then.
He had an aerial with the left, and he came through, and the trailing foot brought it through with the knee.
I think he had about 3 goes, and it bounced off his leg. You're right, TJ.
That's why they call him Tentacles.
I must say, though, was it Liam Davis that kicked that ball in? It was a long, straight kick down there. It gave them every opportunity. If Forster didn't get it, someone was going to mop up. So
what more would you ask for, really?
Long drop Districts have got a big problem there. They've moved Jorgensen out to...
Pierce Seymour outwits his opponent, Gavin Shepherd.
He's out to Davis, and now Davis has already had 3 early possessions. So
they're trying to spread here, Payneham Norwood Junior. He's got to play the back. If he can get that kick there, Rookie just stands his ground. He's solid, and he goes to ground, though. So first to recover Port Districts, and that's
Orcello, head of steam.
Look at him go. Taken high and not given.
Reminds me of Sideshow Bob on a bad hair day.
He gets up and gives someone one. I've just finished watching Spartacus on Netflix too, and I reckon he's straight out of the cast. So up it comes. Ruckman it'll be a null and void. Rookie it is. Drops at the knees, drops the ball, everything.
That's a free kick, Port District from on.
The umpire's not...
there you go, Paul Manuel.
Well, the umpire isn't seeing that because he was blindsided, so he comes in just in the shade of the trees here, Payneham over. The umpire says, give me a bit of space, boys, so I can throw it up. So up it goes.
Hanson.
Port District, just a thump forward. Yeah. Corcoran it is. Yeah. Out towards the boundary. Here comes Jolly. Look out. No, straight down the wing right in front of us.
Orcello. Oh, he's just too good. He's just too good. Defensively, in a one-on-one, you don't see him lose many at all, do you? You don't want to talk him up too much, but by God, the boy can play.
No, I like him, mate. He knows what he's doing. Let's talk it up if it's there. Or almost taken that was Hanson. But look at the pack that's formed. And I'll tell you what, Port District got a couple of players off. They had Corcoran free. He weighted himself there. Look at that. Corcoran gets it back now.
Back to Pocock.
Over to Pocock. Inside, outside. Throws the ball out in front and throws a leg at it.
Williams. Ground level now, fighting hard. He's battling at ground level. He's tackle. We're going to have a ball up 35 metres out. Again, once Port District get that run in a bit of space, they are elite by foot. They can hit you, they can hurt you.
So players are just coming around the ball. That was smart by Corcoran then, just watching what he was doing.
Foss Camden 4-2, Broadview 2 points.
Say that again, sorry?
Foss Camden 4-2, Broadview 2 points.
Good.
So we see Port District have got a line here. They've got Trent Heffernan about 30 metres off the ball now. Now Payneham Norwood Union player comes back to pick him up. So they're charging through now, and I reckon that's Tom Eckel that's come through, pumped the fist, and he's kicked the goal there for Port District. Pretty slack really out of that pack for him to get free. He just ran forward and bang, away it went. And this is this... was
that Eckel who scored that?
Yes, it was, yep.
Goal.
And it's that ability to play the game when you're not touching the ball. Instead of everyone just watching the pack and the ball, think about your positioning. Where do I need to be? Accountability. Am I goal side of my player? Stop his run. All these little things, and away he went. So I'm sure Mack will tidy that up quite quickly.
Eckel. Just another score from Division 2, thanks to all of our listeners out there. Spock 5-1, Brighton 3-4, so a 9-point lead to Spock quarter.
So Derek Clark wins the tap and the ball just bobbles along. I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit funny about this the players winning the tap, but letting the ball hit the ground. I used to say as a coach, if the opposition ruckman wins it and lets the ball hit the ground, that's our ball to get. They don't want it. So the ball goes up. Now there's a tap to a player, but he's tapped to the opposition player, so it's just going to dribble out.
That's hurt him. He's down. He's
knocked him rotten there.
So yeah, that was it was a good tackle by Rookie, and he's absolutely dropped the Port District players' numbers smudged, so I can't see.
It was the last goal scorer.
Was it? It was Eckel. Yeah, don't score another one, son. There you go. Quick kick, looked like they're trying to get one out of there. Ansel in there, fighting through. Well done. Here's Rookie. He's strong. He's running away with it now. Looks for Davis. Davis takes on the bounce, fumbles, flicks it up there. Looks for Wagner. Nothing doing. There's Port District. Well done. Quick clearance here to the player that was just dumped. That's Eckel. But here's Bauer leading in the race to the ball. Heffernan. He's turned by Heffernan. Again, he has that ability to turn a player, doesn't he? Inboard handball, doesn't find its mark. Knife first to it. Gets a cute little toe poke in, but it comes to Port District's advantage. Port now with the ball will go to half forward. Long kick. Beautiful looking kick. But again, Seymour over the top. Well done, Foster. Hit the ground running. Gets the handball, but he's tied up. We'll have a ball up 40 metres out from the Port District goal.
Hasn't had a huge influence so far.
No. Foster's been good though.
Yeah.
And on that last bit of play, how important is your skill execution? Hit the target with that handball and he's off and running. Yep. Hit the ground, you end up with the ball up. So Payneham Norwood Junior, there's the second player backing up. Bit of a scrappy kick, but it's going to work out all right. As a player here with the ball is Jamison Bauer, and he's just held things up. A little bit of tempo football looking around. He's got Jolly down the ground, but he's gone over the top of him, 2-on-1, and that's Davis. A strong grab. He's having a bit of a day out.
Here he goes, Forster. Looks for Forster, puts it in front of him, makes it tough for him, and Port District with the numbers should clear, and they do.
Swung around into 180 there and got the foot to ball. Hung in the air for a while, so out they come to the half forward, or to the wing really, but free. He's got a player in the middle. Elects not to use him. He's going to go down the line now. Just a short chip kick in front of the Harley Heaven and Firm scoreboard. And this player's that left footer. I reckon that's Nick Hales, is it? With the ball on the far side. He's just looking around, puts it up. 50-50 ball. It's come undone a few times for them. It's come undone again now. Payneham Norwood just clear to the centre forward position. Eccles it is down low to the ground. Picks it up. He's on the run again. This time he's tackled.
Jay Williams that was.
Williams it was. And away it comes. He's gone
from Marcello.
Look at that.
Jolly with a big punch in the wing, but it's all Port District there. It'll be Douglas Gregg to clear. Comes back inboard. They do. Nice hit up kick. Looks for Foster. Finds Foster. Foster now running through the wing and half forward. Looks for an overlap handball. Gets it. Gives it. Gets it back. Gives it again. We'll get it back again from Derek Clark. He's still got it, Foster. He's tackled and spills the ball out of play. Good movement though, Luke Hosey. Foster trying to create, trying to be proactive in his movement.
Yeah, he is. And I see big Anthony Carlisle about to come onto the ground, and he could be going back to centre half back to look after Liam Davis. He's causing a lot of grief for Jorgensen.
So Hanson in the ruck swats it straight to the player. He's a bit surprised there, I reckon, young Ben, taking that ball, but bobbling around again. Ooh, heavy tackle, and they've called it.
Tommy Wagner there. Tommy Wagner wrapped him up in the savage cocoon of tentacle terror.
He's playing further down the ground this week as well.
He's had 2 or 3 touches back there as well. He's doing all right.
Comes around on the left. Bit of a nothing kick because there was a lead there. But
danger kick though. He's opened him up now. He's opened him up.
Now they're away.
Pull low. Get on your bike, Chachi. Chachi boy from 40 on the run. Flying shot. Nothing doing near side one behind.
Could have
certainly reason to get excited. Could have given it off.
They got the overlap well, didn't they? There with low out the back.
Oh, for the push in the back.
Yep.
The double-handed shove. Yes, I try not to call our freeze, mate. I just try and call the game.
So little chip kick. I often call this. Normally they'll give you the first one. So they've gone short this time. Port District, they've mixed it up. It's this next kick down the line. It's a long clearing kick, but once again it's a 2-on-1. Players fly down the ground, and Port District know it's going back to Jolly. I tell you what, he impresses me, mate. When he goes on the ball or gets up around the ground, he does something. He participates. He gets the ball for him. He's really looking to penetrate that ball and get that kick in, and that's Alex Foster. I'm glad you put the microphone down there because I was a bit worried about what might have come out, but he's kicked that ball down.
Forster, not Foster. Richard Foster for them.
Yeah.
Alex Forster for us.
Yes. So Forster. It was. So now they've got a spare here, Port District, in the goal square, or he's just coming forward now into this play. So up it goes. Oh, backhanded tap there by Liam Davis. Can they get around here?
Donahue.
Here's a centering kick. Oh, he's turned it over.
3 or 4 of them, and he's just turned over.
Williams.
If he just hits the target, JD, Josh Donahue, all of a sudden, Payneham.
I'll tell you what, he's run himself into trouble. He has run himself into big trouble here.
Comedy of errors.
Oh, out they come. No, they're not out yet. They're not out yet.
That is one of the ugliest 30 seconds of Div 1 footy I've ever seen.
He had Luke McInerney actually over this side of the ground. He was going to kick, and then the Payneham Norwood Union player ran in, and then he attempted to handle.
He was very lucky.
Nowhere.
He was very lucky not to be called for a throw. He threw it to himself. Anyway,
so
I'll
in
stay
it
on the
comes.
binos.
Can they capitalise here? Payneham Norwood Union. Oh, nice big push with the body. Out it comes, ball on the ground. A lot of players around this ball. Can they break free? Quick handball over in the pocket. Get
Rookie.
around, son, rookie.
Back to Ansel.
Put him in front. Oh, and he's missed a lot.
No, but really good. Just watching through the binos there up close. Just the way they worked together there. Ansel knew he was going to get it back. Gave it to Rookie. Rookie's strength allows him to release the ball. Just didn't quite finish off.
Anthony Carlisle back to fullback, as I thought might happen. He's back on Forster. Hales back to centre half back. Jorgensen rolled forward. So good move by Simon Madden, I think.
And just even then, Orcello gives away the free, but well done. Paulo gets on the mark. Orcello then gets back for that next kick down the line if they go down the line. Here's McInerney, the man who we haven't seen enough of yet for mine, for Port District's point of view. Bauer affects the spoil, flying through here. Port District player, can't make it out who it is, and causes the ball to spill to Heffernan. Heffernan release handball. It's Foster it was. Foster gets it back on the left, hit up kick, misses the target, but it's all Port District on the run, flying shot, quick shot round the corner. Near side. Kicks their first point of the day. It's 4-1 plays 6-4 on the Harley Heaven scoreboard, and coming back from last week, Tony, it was 8-18 to 7-12, a much more accurate day in front of the sticks.
Yeah, I was just watching that bit of play. When that player had the ball on the far side there, he had players inside with their arms up, 2 or 3 of them. We could see him from here. Obviously, his peripheral vision wasn't there.
Oh, it's hard when the adrenaline pumps, though. Isn't it?
And it came into a contest and a quick handball out to one of those running players, and ends up being kick under pressure, and they've missed. So, nice long kick out, got to the outside 50.
Seymour.
Players contest it, comes over the back, and that's Leggio. Yeah, high kick down the wing. He's tried to bomb that, the old screwy, and it's out of bounds on the full on the far side. And Foster, Jack Foster it is, on the far side, left footer. Nice kick. He's got a player free in the middle, but he hasn't used him.
Beautiful kick.
And that's going to be a mark. Yep. So just these little chip kicks. There's still a player inside. I'll just call him Luke McInerney, who's free, but they're not going to use him. He's still free if he wants him.
Both teams have kicked 1-1 apiece in the first 13 minutes of play, Tony. 1-1 apiece this quarter, so it's even. There's Jolly drops what he should have taken, and the crowd absolutely give it to him. He gets that every week.
Free kick.
And a free kick. Oh.
Yep. And I'll tell you, Port District...
Is that Jolly or Liam Davis with the free?
No, it's Port District.
Is it?
Yeah, in the back. What happened was they had players inside, but they didn't even look there. I think Port District had got a set play to say direct line towards goal.
Jaden O'Neill, I think, isn't it, with the free?
Well, that was in the back or all over him.
Yeah.
Whichever one you like to pick.
But that's Jaden O'Neill out there, isn't it, TJ?
Not sure, mate. I'll get on the binos.
We are a couple of 100 metres away from it, so...
Looks like it.
So he's probably 35 to 40 out on a slight angle. Looks pretty accurate. A little bit of a skip. Yeah, I don't like that skip. Pops it very high. It's not going to make the distance here, and it's been forced through. Just that skip. Bit of unsurety on the way in.
That man, again, Orcello, just able to jump over higher than the rest of the pack and give the old backhanded punch back through the sticks there.
And that was only 35 to 40 out there. It's easy for us to say here we haven't got nerves and
I wouldn't
going on, but it's Stibby one.
On the
so the left footer coming in.
Scoreboard at 6-4 to 4-2.
Looks for Orcello.
Mate, every week I see this bloke play.
Why wouldn't you?
He's just getting better and better, isn't he?
Well,
Indecision. Look out. Out it comes. Around it comes on the left foot. It's a left-footed football, I'm sure of it. Turns it over. You need to give it off, and does. Yeah, on the 180.
Theodorakopoulos chases hard. This way, that away. Puts the pressure on. Orcello down the line. Oh, that's 25 metres. That's late, and it's 30.
So you think he's red or yellow carded here?
Very, very late. And you are you 2 yellow.
2 players.
Sorry?
2 yellow cards.
Why
Harley Tiller. So Tiller's come through and he's hit someone high in the jaw.
I get that one. What was the second one for?
The second one was for the original. So that's James Batty and Harley Tiller. They can be replaced, and they have been replaced.
Yeah, but
they'll be off for 10.
What was the second yellow for?
The second yellow is for the elbow to the face.
Oh.
The first yellow is for the late elbow to the back of the head.
Okay. I saw Harley's, but I didn't see the second.
No, Harley was the second one.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think the original one was for the when the player took the mark and charged
Davis.
his back. Now it's livened up a bit here.
Down.
So around it comes, Port District onto the wing. It's going to bobble out, not quite.
Jolly.
Big Ruckman gets down, did well.
Bang.
Jolly now is cleaned up. I'll tell you what, there's going to be a couple of receipts handed out here.
Yep.
Pocock.
Over it comes Pocock. He's only light. Get out of it, son. Around it comes little clever chip
good
there
kick,
to the Ruckman Derek Clark. So he wheels around on the left, deft kick, lunging punch there. Out it comes. I'll tell you what, it's going to liven up a bit here because
poor skill errors
players are on. And I saw Macca come out to the boundary and giving a little bit of an on as well.
Theodorakopoulos just letting him know.
And I reckon Heffernan's just become a farmer because he's starting out with 2 acres. But anyway, up they come.
Jolly
over the top. Bang.
Overrunning it here. Pressure's starting to get a little bit there. Andrew Georgeson it was overrunning it. That his best game.
Yep.
Ducked his head though, Damien Coulthard.
She's just about to erupt, I reckon, here. Just about to erupt.
Bit of a powder keg. Plenty happening here. It is Payneham by 14 points. Everything on the line here. This is sudden death football. It's Div 1 finals football brought to you by the South Australian Footballer Network.
He didn't know what to do with that ball, so they've covered well down here.
McInerney, yep.
Up it comes Jolly. Pushed out of it. Yeah, pushed out of it.
You idiot. Tell you what, why would you even do it? Why would you do it? I mean, you're not going to get away with it.
Can he go for the switch? He's having a bit of a look. No, he's got to play a free here if he wants. He's just going to bomb it straight down the ladder. A huge
rookie
kick, though. Rookie over the top. Oh, there's a little bit on the ground. That's a bit ordinary. That is very ordinary.
But again, why do it
Nick
in the first place?
Two silly frees, wasn't
it? You're just letting your team down on that one.
So Nick Hales just comes. That is a very dangerous kick inside. Now it's what happens from here. They're going to. Do you reckon they're going to go for the switch? They need to, and he finds him too there, Douglas Grigg. So he's got it out to Anthony Carlisle. We haven't called much on the left foot. Wheels around right out wide on that flank. He's a long way out.
Gav Shepherd, very good forward.
Gavin Shepherd, yeah, he's about 65 out though.
Portland boy, is he? Yep.
Bombs in and there was a bit of a foil there in the marking contest and Heffernan back up. Yep.
And that's the class players of Port District, that elite foot skill we talk about, Luke. You talk about great quality lead from Shepherd. Led to the space, they just put it in front, and then that beautiful elite level foot.
It's got fantastic hands.
35 metres out, it's probably the best kick in the team, just about. You'd expect nothing less than a goal here from Trent Heffernan, and it'd be his second of the day.
Gets this, and it's back to 8 points, so...
Tell you what, plenty on the line.
18 minutes gone, just after 18 minutes gone, so 10 minutes left.
And it is up to the team to settle and play football when there's a bit of rough stuff going on, because it's what happens on the scoreboard that's important. So he trots in here, 35 out, probably where the last shot was taken, lifts the toe a bit. He's celebrating already before that's through.
He's a beautiful.
Caught it well, Luke Hosey. Yep.
That's his second, and Port District's fifth. Port District 5-2, trail Payneham 6-4, 8 points on the Harley Heaven Firm scoreboard. And one thing we have noticed, goals can be scored at either end. Tony Neal.
I was just going to say, there's no real ascendancy here. I know Port District, Payneham Norwood Union are up, but there's no real ascendancy. There's no real breakout. There, 3 goals has probably been the major lead, or 2.5 at quarter time. But this is finals football. That's what it's about. It's going to be a war of attrition, and who can stand up. And once again, it's not a stinking hot day, but fitness, second half, hydration, all these little things, and just the battering that these players are taking. Jolly, a free hit, goes backwards to go forward,
Richard.
just a slam onto the boot there to centre half forward, and that's come undone because it wasn't to anyone. I reckon that might be Grigg, is it? There, that's got it. Comes out wide, yep. And Jorgensen, yep. On the half-back flank. So he's got a player running to the boundary side, decides to go to him, but he's covered. And that's very untidy there as he gets it across. It's effective.
Oh, he's gone just about. I've liked Richard's game so far.
Now they're out.
Now they're out. Very good user of the ball as well, especially on the run. Hits it up, nice looking kick, and finds Foster.
They constructed that. They got in a little bit of trouble back here.
He can kick a goal, this lad, too. So
he's wanting to pass.
Don't worry, he can kick this.
Of course, his dad kicked a goal in the third quarter to put Port 26 points up in the 1998 grand final, 1988 grand final against Glenelg, break a 7-year drought. And,
I'm going to back him in. He's a very good left foot kick, is Jack Foster.
He's going to kick from just outside, maybe just inside 50 actually, and
I think you get the distance.
Take his best.
I think you get the distance quite easily, actually.
No worries at all.
It's straight through.
And that's confidence in your abilities. He never looked like passing that off, Luke. He, as you called it, pretty good kick, and he knew his capabilities, lined up and just went bang. Good and a comfortable kick, and I'll tell you what, they're back in it.
He's probably the most effective forward on the ground today at the moment. He's kicked 3. He's kicked more than anyone else on the ground, and it's 2 points the difference, and it looked like it... 1, 2, 3.
No.
I've gone the wrong way.
Yeah.
I've given the wrong Foster.
Jack Foster.
He's still been one very effective forward, though.
He has been. He's had a lot of touches.
The look on your face.
Yeah, I was wondering too.
Anyway, up it goes in the middle. Payneham Norwood Union win it. Now they've gone backwards to go forwards twice here and got away with it. Both ball ups. Oh, Jolly, look at his recovery. Bang. Oh, he couldn't quite make it. Now they have to go just square out of here. And this is where they constructed their last goal from. You're right, Luke. Yeah, Jorgensen it is. A couple of these players start to get hold of it. Kick out. Orchilio just held the player, dragged him out of it. Player's not happy about it. And away he goes. Bang. Oh, just
awful
a nothing kick though.
Everything else was good.
Was that a throw? I tell you what, that was quick hands.
Good tackle.
He's gone.
He's
hurt. He's done ribs and everything in that one. He's taken ball, a bit of everything.
Gav Shepherd stopped then when Orchillo come through though. You know, he might have got the free kick, but you have to keep going for the footy, Gav.
So up they come. Ball's probably going to hit the ground. Just a swat forward, but I'll tell you what, it was inside by Hansen. Oh, and tackled to the ground. Ball just bobbled around. I'll tell you what, they're going to get out of here, Port District. That player's still on the ground, yeah, that punched it out. Now they get the chain of handballs going. This is where they're in, where they, if they can get that over the top, they stop the on-ball runners. Look at that.
They look dangerous, Port District.
Here's Shepherd, yep. Gav Shepherd.
And you know, we know what kind of leg he's got. He's going to go long to full forward. Dropping back is Hansen over the top. Looks like Pride. He should run onto it. Needs to be clean. He takes possession.
Got him.
And we'll have a ball up.
Oh, he did not try to get it out, did he?
No.
And I'll tell you what, they're starting to run and carry a bit more, Port District. Get that chain of handballs. They've been confident off half back. Let's see what happens here. They've been able to clear it. There he is, Corcoran at the front. If he'd have gone forward, he was running into an open goal then, but he went back unselfishly. This is where they're dangerous. On the ball ups here, they tend to get a runner going past, or they break off a pack quite easily because there's a lot of players around this. Is anyone going to... Corcoran it is, puts his head down, absorbs the tackle. Umpires just said... Coulthard, sorry.
Comes out.
Out it comes. And look, she's on in the back. Coulthard's on in the background there.
Angry little man. I saw him in action one night at the Palais.
So there's a few around the ball again. Third man up finally, Luke. You called that before. Cello, it is out the back though. Cleans up one handball, two handball. Richards
needs to be clean. On the left, he's very clean. Theodorakopoulos. We've got to get to call his name in some action. He's been very quiet. Theodorakopoulos needs to come into it a little bit here. Now just slow playing it. Probably needs to hit a target. Goes down the line. Looks for and finds Jamo Bauer. Bauer coming inside. And swings up for Jolly. Ooh. Again, nothing doing for Jolly. Quick little toe poke by Davis. Davis has been outstanding today. Sanzo, quick kick, out of position is Forster, and Rosenthal will eat that for breakfast.
That's Anthony Carlisle.
Sorry, Carlisle, is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Goes on the left, good kick. Looks for and finds Greg. Greg now, right in the back pocket there, or just near the light pole, out 40 metres out from the Port District goal, and it's slowed down a little bit. He's going to go across goal. McInerney. They like to get it in his hands. Now he's right in front of goal. He's gone backwards a good 30 metres there. Don't know about that one. This is not a good sign, is it? Davis just holding the hammy coming off.
Yeah.
He's had such a good day too.
He is definitely holding the hammy.
Yeah.
So
he
hopefully
won't be back. He won't be back.
Oh, he hasn't been carried off.
No,
but carrying the leg a bit. Have a look at him now.
Yeah, he's really gripping it now, isn't he?
Still, you throw him in a goal square the way he's going.
I was just going to say, they had Jolly. You know, if Jolly doesn't get it, Davis does, but now they've lost that little prong there. I'll tell you what, Payneham Norwood Union, they did this in the first quarter. They tend to hold up. If they can do that again now, Port District, you know, just hold them up from this run and carry that they've got. They squeezed them up in the back line a moment ago, so we've got a throw in here. Let's see what happens on the clearance. There's players behind, the third man up now. They're starting to do a little bit of that, and Pocock it is who really punches that forward. 3-on-1,
brilliant.
Player picks up the ball, dribbles out, hangs on to a leg,
Jay
then
Williams
goes back.
Outstanding there. He was outnumbered, Jay Williams. He managed to neutralise the contest, keep it locked in, and very good football, Jay Williams.
Payneham lost Forster last week, though, but they managed to roll the young fella Wagner forward and got goals out of Roki as well.
Here's Ansell.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hose. Ansell paddling it forward, overruns it. Following up is Aleggio. Aleggio's tackled the ground right on the 50 line, 45-degree angle.
It's interesting if you watch Derek Clark here. He's just keeping an eye on Hansen, and he's working out where Hansen is. Hansen comes through now and swats it. Probably a 50-50. Back it goes again. Jay Clark's tightened up on Hansen. The first thing he does here, if you can watch on this ball up, he tends to find, there he goes, finds the man first, takes his ground, and he's trying to protect, there he is, puts a hand on him, jumps in front of him now, but Hansen too strong over the top, hits it towards the boundary. Port District come inside, just into centre-half forward, centre-half back position.
Oh, well played there by Gould, that was. Just managed to not get pushed out of position, and he's managed to earn himself a free kick.
Districts have won the last 15 minutes. They're in front the last 15 minutes.
Look at them run and swarm. They've got players outside. There he is. There's a back pocket or a half-back flank running down the ground. Is that McInerney, is it? So
yep.
They come across again. So he's found his teammate Zavrul here. Now another player prepared to run. Doesn't get it.
Okay.
He gave up he gave one lead and then gave up.
From the time
could have gone back and given another one.
Anthony Carlisle went onto the ground, locked down their 3 forwards.
Yes, you're right.
They played really good football. They've managed to roll Jorgensen forward, who was having a dirty day. First of all, he was getting touched up by Forster. Then with Davis, went forward. He's had an impact going forward. Hales has come out to centre half back where he's more effective. So yeah, District have played pretty well since that good move from Simon Madden.
Was a 1-goal to 3-goal 2-quarter as well. So on a dry day, but they got that run on and scoreboard pressure and 2 points the difference here at half time.
So on the Harley Heaven Firm scoreboard, 6-4 plays 6-2. Goal kickers for Payneham, 2 to Alex Forster, who was very, very quiet that quarter and obviously changed the game a little bit. Single to Rook, Lowe, Wagner and Ansell. For Port Districts, a brace to Heffernan and Batty, 2 of the absolute stars of Port District, while singles to Eckel and Jack Foster. Jack Foster's been outstanding. So before we go to scores to out of grounds, Tony Neal, I think you're just getting your best players together by the looks of it, are you? You can give us the Port District side.
You've actually just called him now. Heffernan's been real good. I think he just understands the game, knows where to run. The players clear out a little bit for him, give him space in the forward line. Batty, Greg, I haven't minded at times. Jay Williams, I tell you what, he goes hard at it, doesn't he? And the other one there, Jack Foster had a really good quarter that quarter. Nick Hales has been good at times. So, and the other one that's really impressed is Damien Coulthard. I like seeing the ball in his hands, and he just seems to manufacture something for the team.
Good kick on the run, really good kick on the run.
And a thinker. With the ball, for sure.
On the Payneham side, again, I haven't actually thrown together any notes. Look, one of the most influential players when he was in the game was Joshy Richards. 3 or 4 really important clearances there when Payneham had their purple patch, where they kicked 3 or 4 in a row. Apart from that, again, Orcello down back has saved them numerous times. He's been outstanding. I've liked Sanzo's game again. Liam Davis, I thought, was just in the air, just competing for everything. Across half forward was huge. Aleggio's been in it quite a bit. Alex Forster's kicked a couple, just dropped out of it in that quarter, unfortunately for Payneham. And Jay Hansen has certainly battled hard in ruck. Christian Rook as well. Pinchy Donahue, plenty of the ball, just has burnt it a little bit a few times. If he had have just made a bit more of it, would possibly have really cut the game open.
And just interesting, Luke, I'd be interested in your thoughts there on the actual structure. I think Port District are prepared to switch the ball out of the back line a fair bit and flick it around, and then I think they're coming into the forward line maybe a little bit better in that second half compared to Payneham Norwood Union. And if they have lost Liam Davis, they're going to have to restructure. They can't have Nick Jolly, which they did last week. They can't have him in the forward line at the same time. They need 2 of him.
Yeah, no, well, I think they'll restructure without Liam Davis. It might Tommy Wagner will roll forward, I would have thought. That was good last week. I think that move of Carlisle I was calling for earlier, where Jorgensen was getting touched up, and then Jorgensen was able to make use of down the ground, so he also come into it. I think Districts probably need a bit of a lift from Jay Williams. Hasn't done a lot. Luke McInerney probably hasn't done a lot from what we've seen in the past. He'd been really good. Gav Shepherd probably needs to lift a little bit. Got a few good touches in that quarter. Haven't called Tim Zvari much today.
Tiller was quiet that quarter.
Yeah, Harley Tiller did get sent off at one point though. Yeah. He was off.
Him and Batty, yep.
Yeah, probably need 2 of their real guns with McInerney and Jay Williams probably need a bit of a lift. For Payneham, they probably need a lift out of Christian Rook. Had a good opening quarter. Yeah, need a little bit. Haven't seen a lot of Piers Seymour today.
Matthew Nye.
Yeah,
Nye was
Matthew
impressive last week.
Brilliant last week. Haven't seen really anything of Piers Seymour at all.
Boys, I've got some big scores from out of grounds. You happy for me to roll on to them? Because we've got some grand finals today. We'll start with the grand final. Trinity Old Scholars, 8 goals 2. Lead Rosewater, 4 goals 3. 23-point lead to Trinity. You expect Rosewater to come home, but making up 4 goals in the second half of a grand final can be very, very hard indeed. So could we see one of the upsets of the year? One place it looks like, I reckon this game's over. Glenunga 11-5 lead, Edwardstown 2-6. Edwardstown essentially playing their 5th or 6th elimination final in a row are not going to. Glenunga won't lose from 53 points up at half time. No. They are ready. I spoke to Glenunga a lot. They are loving the fact that everyone's written them off. Loving it. All through those stupid forums and stuff, everyone's saying Glenunga are no hope. Yep. Harron, Beard, McMahon, Reid, all going beautifully at the moment, apparently from that game. Is that from
Glenunga? That was Glenunga.
Is that from the Prez? Can we say who that's from?
No, it's from Rocky Butterworth, actually.
Yep, beautiful.
We got the Prez earlier. He was sending stuff. So,
yep. Div 2 at half time. It's Foss Camden 6-2, leading Broadview 2-3. So it looks like Broadview will be season over. And North Haven leads Scotch by a couple of goals.
So level at half time. Just Jeff Hurd just texted through then.
Okay, yeah, and here's a big one. I'll tell you what, Tea Tree Gully, they've found something in the second quarter. So Tea Tree Gully 4-3, now lead Goodwood 2-4. 11-point lead to the Gullies. Of course, the loser of that game plays the winner of this game next week. So that could be Goodwood and Payneham at Goodwood. Could be. Or it could be Tea Tree Gully and Port Districts at Tea Tree Gully.
There's Jeff Hurd.
Yep.
Level at half time. That's between North Haven and Scotch Old Collegians.
Yep.
So thank you, Jeff.
John, have we got some ads to shoot to at half time? Because I've got a toilet to shoot to. So, boys, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back.
We'll just go off the air for a few moments and just go through to the adverts and come back in about 5 minutes. And we're welcome back to the Payneham Oval for the second half of the game between Payneham and Norwood Union and Port District. Just quickly to our listeners and viewers on the firm Harley Heaven scoreboard. It's Payneham Norwood Union, 6 goals for, leading Port District's 6-2, so a 2-point margin at half time. Just some scores from around the grounds. We've got Glenunga, they're 53 points in front of Edwardstown. Pulteney 6-1, Woodville South 4-7, Trinity of 4 goals in front of Rosewater. Where else? Teacher Gully a couple of goals in front of Goodwood Saints. So
6-3 apiece in Div 3. 6-3 apiece.
Yeah, that's at half time. 6-3. That's Scotch and North Haven. Some. We'll fill you in around the grounds during this third and final quarter. But
it's just about go time, Luke Hosey. For the start of the third, it's Payneham leading by 2 points. As in every quarter of football, probably the first goal of this one is huge. Maybe the half-time break came at the right time for Payneham, because Port District had all the momentum and they had all the play.
Tony, you asking?
Yeah, I just got it too.
So that's Pulteney leading Woody South by 1 goal in the Division 5 prelim final. Hanson versus Clark. Hanson with first touch, ground level, ball in dispute, socket forward quickly again, same as the first quarter. Port District quick win out the middle. He's dropped the ball there, holding the chutney. Thank you very much, Pierce Seymour. Effective tackle right there on Gav Shepherd. On the left now, he'll go long, you'd suggest, down the line. He's going to go straight down the wing, is he? Thinking. Half distance kick there by his standards, and ball in dispute. Spills out there. Orcello again, somehow always finds that spot. Payneham slipping out of the tackle there. Can't tell who that is. Might be Jamo Bauer. Ball's dropped. Looked like it could have been holding the chutney. Perhaps not. Orcello takes possession. We'll have a ball up on the outer. Oh no, he's got a free kick there, Orcello, for a higher tackle. Again, puts himself in the contest at all times, Tony Neal.
Yeah, as he comes straight inside, just square there.
Mac Haynes. Haven't called his name after a huge game last week.
Yeah, young bloke. So he's kicked big bomb straight down forward to the 2 ruckman. It bounces out the back. Can they get it here, Payneham Norwood Union? Oh, held up. Held the ball up there, showed the ball, and the player just pulled him to the ground, and he's been called holding the ball. So in the true centre-half back position, it's Douglas Grigg it is with the ball, and he's going to switch out wide. Just once again, one of those half kicks. Heffernan it is over the back, so he's right on that half-back flank, between half-back flank and wing. Chips along to the wing, and there's the guy, Harley Tiller now.
Zuma.
Yeah, away he goes, bangs. Oh, great smother. They're the kind of little 1% unselfish acts that win your finals. Not
sure who that was. Might have been Chase Bow, but very effective there. And his first goal, as we said, Tony, was used. We're just entering second minute mark, third minute mark coming up. Any tick of the clock now. Here's Chachi Lowe leading in the ball, takes possession, takes it out of bounds. We'll have a ball up right in front of where the old Javor Junction used to pop up every couple of times a year, but nothing doing this year. Obviously, we're here commentating, much higher purpose these days, Tony.
And Paul Lowe, he does have a little bit of that Alan Didak look about him, doesn't he? Same number and low centre of gravity. He's got the package. Anyway, around we come. Josh Richards this way, that way. Kicks it in. Clark. They're tending to put the ruckman a kick behind the play now. Kicks in the centre forward. It's all Port District now.
Flying through.
He didn't actually take control of it, but flicked it across. Anyway, Ben Gould it is. Ben Gould on the left foot, kicks it in, 2-on-1. Guess who? Oh, mate.
He hangs in the air, doesn't he?
Orcello, he is everywhere.
He has a grace. Here's Ansel. Stay on your left foot. You don't want to go on your right foot, Frosty.
He's off. Orcello, isn't he?
Oh, he's got to come back. Don't you have to get up pretty early in the morning to get one over Zuma Tiller's eyes. He's always ready to go.
So they've congested up here. They've gone man on man, Port District, so they've cut down the opportunities for it. So he's looking down towards centre forward. Big pack forms. There's a lead come out on the wing.
Good play.
Hanson it is, yeah. So he's going to wheel around. Clark's on the mark.
Was a very handsome lead.
Just gives a handball back straight down the wing. They're trying to manufacture through traffic here. Taking that ball well as Chase Bauer wheels around on the left.
Forster.
Out comes the lead. Can't quite get there. Bobbling around. Up it comes. Port District now take the quick handball out, but it's missed the target. That's going to be costly. Caught up here. Yep, umpire's going to ball it up.
Yes, 55 metres out from the Payneham goal. Interesting to note, Luke Hosey, you called it, no Liam Davis out there in the second half, so that the man who was really dominating the air across half forward is not available.
As soon as you grab your hammy, you're gone. I think, especially a big bloke like that, you know, I think he's
Allegio, ground level. Sorry, Hose. Quick kick forward to Jolly, gets one in the back. Certainly let us know he got one in the back anyway. Goes to ground. Ball, he's tackled, quick kick. He stole the ball there. He stole the ball, gives it to Lowe on the snap from the pocket. Here's Forster. Drops it. Jeez, I got excited.
Rush through.
And rush through for 1 point. Yes.
Little Josh Richards there, quite lively at the front of the pack.
Yeah, he is. When he gets the ball, he really looks like he's got something, doesn't he, Tony?
Yep, just that little bit of special, bit of vision.
That's
a big kick in.
Chainsaw O'Leary.
Yep.
Interesting there.
Gould
backed himself in. Gould. He knew he had the one-on-one. He just said,
Recovery.
"Send it to me. I'll take care of it."
He pointed across the ground then, and that was actually quite foolish. He pointed to go inside, and he's caught himself in trouble. Gould actually gave the handball back, ran down here, but pointed. I hope he was, unless it was a lead with his hand up, but he pointed inside, which the player gave and put his teammate under trouble. So the two ruckmen, they love this argy-bargy. Hanson it is, gets front position, clever palm out. Clark taps the tap, if you can work that out.
Yep.
They go forward again, Port District. I think it's going to be scrappy. It's going to be scrappy down onto the ground or takes it. Can't quite take. He's got a bit of the Braden Maynards about him this one. I think all these players in the black and white, that's why. As rookie it is, comes off and Jonathan Giannani comes on.
That's a Leggio.
Leggio it is. Yep, umpire going to throw it up. There's rookie right where the ball is. Third man up, over the top, straight to Ocello, yes. Out towards
Giannini, the man that just came on. Here he comes, should possibly. He's gone here. No, he releases. He does release. Well done.
Good support.
Matty Nye to Jolly. Oh, bang!
Gutsy work from Dougie Gregg there, wasn't it?
Now, in the AFL, it's a free kick too, Jolly. In the amateur league, it's a free kick against.
That was Tommy Corcoran, great gutsy work.
Brilliant football. He stood where men certainly would fear to tread. Foster on the left, he'll swing. That dangerous left foot kick, beautiful kick.
Jay Williams.
Well done, Ollie Pride. Ollie Pride, good pressure, the young defender. Tackling now as well. Warcello helping him out. O'Leary as well, providing support. Triple tackle there, and we're going to have a ball up right near the boundary line, 40 metres out from the Port District goal. It's Payneham by 3 points.
I reckon they could get more out of Jay Williams playing him deeper down the ground. He hasn't had a lot of impact playing deep forward. So
I'll tell you what, I don't mind the way that Port District here structure up. They've got a line across there, if you say 30 metres back behind the ball here, and they've got a couple of players in the goal square. They certainly know their way around the footy oval, or the coach has done quite well with how he's structured. It's this big pack formation though. If they can get a player, there's a player there with his hands on his knees playing Fox there, Tommy Corcoran, just off the ball, about 20 metres off.
I think they play better with Corcoran.
In they come, look at that, bang.
At the goal face.
Bang, he has been absolutely poleaxed and hardly moved there, Heath Pocock. He had to...
Dougie Gregg, good
He's done well there.
Pocock's in the way now as he tries to get himself off the ground. He's filling space and feeling the side of his head, so they've had to go the other way, Harley Tiller.
He's going to line up about 40 metres out on a very acute angle, but if he kicks this, Port District will take the lead for only the second time today.
And just while that's going on, Pocock's got up off the ground and just getting a little bit of water to the face there. That was a huge collision. Put himself over the ball. So what are we now? Probably 40 metres out. Pretty tight angle, but might favour the right footer as he kicks straight over the umpire's head and through it goes. So Tiller it is for his first goal of the day.
Districts of the last half of the game, they've really taken a bit of ascendancy.
Yeah, they have.
They've owned
Correct, Luke Hosey.
Donnie, you to come back on here and let's have a look at the centre matchups here, because you want to talk about centre clearance as being just about everything in the football game. In the middle for Port District, we've got Tommy Corcoran, who put his life in the hands of Nick Jolly, in there with Derek Clark, Harley Tiller after kicking the goal, and I'm not sure who the last one in. It might be Heffernan possibly in there with him. For Payneham, you've got Jay Hanson, Johnny Giannini, Richards and Matty Nye. Centre clearance, crucial.
So just as the ball goes up, a little bit of byplay here. Oh, flicked out. I'll give you a call in a moment about what I was noticing. So Payneham Norwood Union 2-on-1, but the player got through there. Could have been shepherded, been taken high, thrown around like a rag doll, still being manhandled. He's got a player out here free, looks at him and picks him out, and that's Josh Richards. Haven't mind Josh Richards. He's been quite lively, just the possessions he does get. I wouldn't go back there, son. Just looking down the wing here.
Only young fella this
Yes, yeah, but he's wanting to go back inside. Can't get it. So he's come straight down the wing.
Jolly.
Big pack forms. Jolly can't. He's just been pushed out of it. Barged out. Clark comes through, thrown out of it. There's a little bit going on in the back play. Quick kick forward. And a good grab over the back there, Douglas Creek.
Luke Hosey, you put the nail on the head. Their structures are good. They're set up really good, and Payneham are struggling to find a way through. At the moment, they've got the players kick behind the ball. That's a good pressure. Play on.
The ball. That's holding the footy.
You just got to laugh at it sometimes. That's why I'm just here to call the game. Just want to call the game. That's terrible, isn't it?
It might sound biased coming from you, but not from me. But that was clearly holding the footy.
Well, you got to chase down from behind. For fuck's sake. Oh, sorry.
Anyway, ball over the top now as Pierce Seymour can't take it. A few players starting to appeal, and Pierce Seymour has got it. I reckon he's going to go the switch. He's got Ocello out the other side. He's got 2 players and 1 player caught between the 2. He hasn't been able to pick it up. He's got a player clear on the opposite half-back flank. Now he finds him. Well called, Tony Neal. Anyway, as we go, a 1 bounce. They're going to go a 2nd bounce here. Little chip kick forward, and down to the wing it comes. Ocello comes up. Around it comes. He's played on, quite casual. Comes forward into centre forward. Ball's hit the ground here at centre forward. Forster it is. Taps it down.
Yeah, good
over
touch.
the top. Now they're away into an open goal, and that is Josh Donahue.
Again, it was Paul Lowe's beautiful little release handball. Again, just that little touch, that one release handball. We talk about it all the time, Tony.
And a little knock on from Forster too. Very clever. Just put it out into the path.
Talked about it when Josh Donahue was on the sideline. Just before that last centre clearance, got to come in, have an impact. He has come in and had an impact. And look, I apologise. I may have let one slip there a minute ago, Luke Hosey. But
it doesn't matter.
I held my microphone down to talk to you about it while Tony was commentating. What it is there's just some not negotiables in football, like when you run down from behind. When you double stomp someone in the head, stuff like that. You get frustrated.
That was a very clear holding the ball.
To be fair, TJ, as Luke called it, both he and I would have agreed it was a free kick. And I know because of your Payneham Norwood, you want to be fair to the viewers and call an unbiased call.
Not as much as you think.
But there's no problem with that. Look, these things happen, and we get on with it. And I'll tell you what, Payneham Norwood, their strength off the half-back line, they look for that switch. And they're playing a structure now. Sometimes when you watch a game, it's a game plan versus game plan.
What we have
they get a goal.
A huge impact play. Now he's going to get down onto the footy, I reckon. He's getting wasted there playing deep forward.
What we have got, boys, is a huge game on our hands right now. It's seesaw. That's 3 lead changes this quarter. 5 plays 7-2. And this is finals elimination football. This is what you come to the footy for.
So ball up on the far side. Probably, 10 minutes into this third quarter.
11.
This is what I call a ding-dong battle. And ball about to be thrown up again. This is such an enjoyable game to be calling, to be watching, to be here as a spectator.
20
Probably not so much to be coaching and playing in, but umpires called one out. Players on one half of the ground, that side of the ground. Now they spread. And I just see some of the... This is interesting. Some of the Port District players are coming down the ground as well to be providers if the ball comes out. He's almost tried to tip him there, Tiller. He's put a leg up. He's got the 4-corner lock on him.
Figure 4-leg lock, is that what you're going for there?
Hulk Hogan lock.
No,
he's tried everything.
Actually used by the nature boy Ric Flair, but let's not get bogged down by wrestling semantics.
Such is the influence of Ocello, I'd almost play an offensive tag on him.
Well, you're
take
correct.
Him away. Yeah.
He's very flamboyant in the way
he doesn't
plays,
actually man up though. He just sits where he thinks he can get the ball.
He's picking up Heffernan now. He just rolls onto their better players.
And he's got a height advantage on him as well.
Yeah.
So talking about that, the ball's going to come. Get this out.
It's turned over. Here we go. Payneham now on the fly. This is when they look dangerous, when they go forward quickly. In the pockets, Donahue. Good mark. Little purple patch here for Pinchy Donahue. Oh, no.
Been given a push.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Let's just
it wasn't a lot in it. There might have been a little one, but...
So they've spread this side. Have a look at the Port District players have spread in the... they're trying the Port Adelaide style, but it's going to go down. He's come very close to the man on the mark and just bombed that to a 50-50. That's a nothing kick. They're trying to get the advantage here with run on. Foster it is in front. Bought the ground.
Yeah. Good tackle there, Mac Haynes, that was.
Payneham Norwood Union again are just shutting down the Port District attacks, which they did in that. I called that in the first quarter, in around here. Tried to do a backhanded ruck tap there, and it's come to Payneham Norwood Union again, and it's out of bounds. This is what's important from this throw-in. Who gets the ascendancy here? Because there's a line-up, a big cluster of players in the Payneham Norwood Union forward line, and 2 players between there and this throw-in. So tap out by Hansen, tapped at his team's way, ball's bobbling around, Corker it is, can't get through. He's flung, the ball flings out as well, down in the back, and good back up there. Now they've got numbers, Payneham Norwood Union. Come across the ground, he will. Straight to centre half forward, big lead on, probably outsized here the Payneham Norwood players, so Port District, ball to ground, just couldn't quite get foot the ball there was Allegio.
And he's been... Hale's ducked his head.
Yeah, been given a free kick here to Port District. They spread now, but he's come down the middle, waiting for that ball was Douglas Grigg, just waiting for that.
He's had a good quarter, Dougie Grigg.
He has. He's got a lead on here. He's ignored the lead. Now this is where he's got a player free here.
Georgeson missed.
Yeah, he did. Gone down. Orcello. Oh, that is a huge fly. Heffernan. He's landed horizontally.
You have to jump pretty high to get above Orcello.
And look at Orcello. He's getting into him. And there's a little bit just going on in the background of that. He landed horizontally from about 6 foot up.
Big leap for no result.
It was.
Didn't give away a free, so to his credit.
Yeah.
Third man up.
Hang time.
They're starting to do a little bit of this. Corcoran, it was third man up. Can't quite get it clear. Oh, over the ball, not able to get it there was Corcoran. So they've Coulthard it was. So ball comes out. Now there's a player here. He was third man up there was Tom Corcoran just in back play.
Yeah,
cramp already.
Cramp.
12 minutes into the third quarter.
I cramped in the first once.
And that was doing your laces up. Okay, ball comes up. There's no one on the outside of this pack, so taken high. Geez, I tell you what's a dangerous position here, just trying to barge their way through. The umpire's throwing their hands in the air there as that Port District player went to ground. The spectators up here have called it. Yeah, you're correct. So, you are correct.
Just let it go. Good decision.
So another ball up, 30 metres out of the goals here for Port District. Backhanded by Hanson. Can they clear? 2 players on one. Umpires let it go. The crowd here are calling for too high, but he's let it go. He's been consistent with it all day.
I'd sooner let it go than just paying stupid.
Just as long as you're consistent with it.
I was watching that one on the binos, maybe a free, but that's fine if he's not going to pay it. But don't pluck one out of nowhere now.
No. So Orcello's on the outside of this pack. Now they run forward. Interesting play. That play that ran. But there's been a free kick given, and I reckon that's Mac Haynes.
It's Mac Haynes.
Mac Haynes,
His pluck went out of nowhere.
And 25 metres as well. So it's going to be, who can get control of this game from here because it is so close, 7-5 to 7-2.
Good mark.
On the Harley Heaven and Firm scoreboard. So he's tried to neatly pass that, but
good mark. Well done. Big tentacles, Wagner.
Arm,
need to get him involved on that.
Here you go. The quick ball movement. That's what Payneham need. The kick not all that effective, but in front. Leading the ball. Here he comes. Gets it. Quick kick inboard. Not sure who that was. Back. Yeah, well done, Dougie Greg. Really courageous mark going backwards.
Big Joshy Rosenthal.
And he's got to play out wide. It's that man. It's Heathy Pocock.
Got the man on now with Mitch Gaffney.
Heath Pocock once tried to break the skin on a pudding and wasn't strong enough, but he's got the ball. He's moved it forward. Gould. Here they come. Benny Gould. Left foot. Nice looking left foot. 2 to the advantage. Just
Shepherd.
Over the top of Shepherd there. Here's Seymour. Good pressure there by Foster. Loved his game. And he sees out right next to the light post. 45 metres around from the Port District goal. It's Payneham by 3 points in a thrilling Division 1 elimination final here at Payneham North Junior.
Game of footy, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just forcing the ball forward. They're not able to capitalise from this position. So let's see what happens on the throw-in. Look, sometimes you're happy with getting the throw-in. You can restructure. A lot of players around the ball. There's a Payneham North Union player free off the back of the pack, but it comes forward. It's probably going to head towards the boundary line here. Can he keep it in play? Walks it over, keeps it in, walks it over. Umpire calls it. So another throw-in, probably 30 metres from the last one. Once again, a lot of players around the ball. Off the back of the pack, there's a 50-50 contest just at true centre forward, or if it goes down the goal square, there's 4 players down there. So let's see.
At the stoppage, haven't they?
You're correct, Luke Hosey. Yeah, Hanson, a free hit. Gets it out.
He's dropped the ball there. Umpire blindsided though in his defence,
Yep.
so here's Heffernan.
Heffernan around.
So it wasn't Heffernan that dropped it. Quick kick. Players spoil each other. Bauer tries to break through. Sanzo, Allegio's there as well. They should clear it. Here's Payneham down the line. Wagner will fly. Tentacles Wagner. He does fly. Doesn't come down with it. Port District player does. Wagner at ground level recovers. Tackled high. Payneham balcony say, come on, how about it? Just quickly.
A real final.
Yeah.
These guys, one-on-one all over the oval.
Ram Oval boys, Glenunga by 10 goals late in the third. They're through to a grand final, you'd suggest?
Yeah, all over.
Here he comes, Allegio. Good play. Ball in front. Wagner. But in behind there, nearly taking the mark there, was Zaffrey. Haven't called his name. Going forward. Bit of pace on offer here for Brady Ansell. Can he get it? No. Just pushed off the ball there. Good tackle.
Nick Hales.
Hales wraps it up. Goes into the fetal position. And we can have a ball up.
In the AFL, that'd be holding the ball, but
he's going to give birth, boys.
A little bit of byplay there. Nick Jolly goes up. I was just going to call him a moment ago.
Good tap,
Clear
Allegio.
tap. Look at that, straight into centre
Oh,
forward.
Lucks of fortune, Benny
This
Gould.
guy's been all right, Ben Gould. He hasn't had a lot of it, but what he has done.
Only a young lad.
Yeah, he's been quite clever. Just a nice, neat kick, and he's
Carlo,
running off
Big
half
Anthony.
back. Now they're over the top of the on-ballers. It'll be the old 50-50, one-on-one sort of stuff.
There's Jay
down.
Williams, he's a good player.
Yeah, way it goes. Gets
Shepherd.
it right into the goal square.
Mackie Haynes is going to get there, and he does. And I'll tell you what, look at the crowd all the way around the ground now. You can see it's a very good crowd. And
Maybe a couple of thousand.
talk about the numbers on this side of the ground as well, boys. Plenty of atmosphere.
Quick kick in. Giannani's got it in the back pocket here. Looking down the ground, I'll tell you what, if they... Oh, he's miskicked it.
Yeah,
he's miskicked
Lucks
it.
of
but it's
fortune.
been-
It should roll out here, and they should be off.
Sanzo.
Sanzo, quick kick.
Way goes into
Looks
the
for,
middle.
finds Forster. He's pushed up. He's got to answer all on his own. He can run in. Watch out behind you, Brady.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
there.
Coulthard
Him.
coming off the interchange.
Coulthard drops it. And we're going to have a ball up, I reckon. Good contest there.
So
The umpire's letting it go.
Yep.
He's getting paid by the hour, the umpire. He didn't want to stop the play.
And
Districts made that interchange at the wrong or right time. So yeah.
I think you called earlier too, Luke, that second quarter and this quarter, we're just starting to see Nick Jolly come into it. But since they
releases the handball, went three different directions. Allegio, his fourth quick kick out of a pack in recent times. All over him. Come on, umpire. Ball
Protected the
spilling at
space.
ground level. Here's O'Leary, is it? No, it's
Oh, he can't
Pitchy
get around.
Donahue, and it's out on the full.
just coming back to that, since Nick Jolly and Josh Rosenthal's come on to him, he's really quietened him down.
Yeah,
Jolly's had a couple of possessions there, but he's really look at him now. He's right next to him again.
They moved everyone around.
Yep.
And the key was Jorgensen getting out of that back half and
Zabri.
going forward.
So good
Zabri
coaching.
goes out wide here, looks for Gould. Gould in the purple patch, but too far. Goes to Bauer. Just one goal apiece this quarter. It won't be a long quarter. We're 20 and a half minutes in, roughly. And the umpire
25.
says 25. That's a huge 25. That'll bring him down to the 50. Keep going, does he? 49 metres, so kick from 55.
Couldn't
One
get
good,
it, you wouldn't think.
But one
Kicking.
good hit-up kick here, and Payne will be having a shot at goal. And late in the third quarter here, this last goal is going to be crucial. Gives it off to Seymour. He could kick it. He's going to kick it 57 metres. He doesn't. Looks for Donahue. Good
Dougie
spoil
Greg,
there.
well
Yep.
done.
Yep. As we
He's had
just,
a really good third quarter, Dougie Greg.
yep. And it's really gone into lockdown this game. It's just been 1-1 to 1-1. It's 1-1 apiece. How's that sound? Even better.
2
been
points of difference here.
Been a battle of the backlines almost, hasn't it? You know, so Jolly swipes it, can't quite get it. Look at the players around the ball here. Someone call it. Look, it's bobbling around. Umpire comes in now. Can we see a breakaway here? Can a player run through? Just get out a little bit wider, get into space. Up it goes. Clear tap, Payneham Norwood Union, but it's fortuitously to Port District. Now the player breaks, but he's breaking the other way. He's just stopped. He's had to tread water. Can he get it over the top? Just trying to be too neat.
done.
Couldn't quite get it over.
Matty
There
Knight,
is
human
pressure
blanket.
here. Over it comes. Inside now. Left-hand handball by Anthony Carlisle. Inside. Now they run. They're past the on-ballers. Oh, it just stops and does a basketball bounce. Gets it inside to Coulthard. Over the top.
Jorgen,
One player.
they're out.
Two player. Here
They're
they
out.
go. It'll
Oh,
be
he
a
had to give the
one-on-one.
hands.
Foster.
Oh,
This way, that way. Keeps it in umpire's
Umpire's
call.
called for an arm chop
oh dear.
against Jamison Bauer. I'll tell you what, needed one more handball
Yep.
there, I felt.
Foster's on his left boot here. He couldn't kick this,
One-
so it doesn't matter. He
it's
couldn't
not
kick
the
it.
worst pocket to
They
kick for a left
But
footer.
he's a left footer.
But the way the goal's faced on this ground, trust me, if he puts it on the left post, the right post, it will draw in.
Okay.
Trust me. This is where I have my shots from all the time at training as a left footer.
Yeah, but Jack wouldn't know the oval. Tough kick for a left footer, you'd think.
So he's coming in. He's run straight. He's given it everything,
Near
and it's
side.
just off to the left-hand side. So through for a point.
Out the
Out
full.
the full.
Out on the
Still a
full
2-point
even.
ball game.
And the crowd here, the crowd's really got involved up here on the balcony.
There's
for those
so
listening.
many people inside.
There's,
the balcony
there's
is
a lot
full.
of people up here.
People everywhere.
Yep, I don't know what the load limit is here, TJ, but I hope it's a lot. Anyway, who's this in the back
22-45
pocket?
gone.
Is that Seymour, was it? I don't think it was. Little nice, neat kick to Chase Bauer, but they're just so held up. One-on-one. It
Ansel.
has to hit.
Oh,
It has to
Oh,
hit, and it
missed.
doesn't.
I think it's Mitch Gaffney, I think.
It
it's
has
Mitch.
to hit.
Is that Mitch Gaffney?
Skill error. If you're going to do that neat little kick, and they've got a shot on goal or a crumbing opportunity, whichever way you look at it,
Gives
if
a
you can't
hand.
make it.
Mitch.
One
McInerney
step.
from
Oh, I
goes
tell you what.
bang, what a kick!
That is a great
McInerney.
kick. And look at him run back.
McInerney.
Woohoo!
And lack of awareness there from Payneham Norwood Junior. We've talked about McInerney playing the quarterback role, being the set kicker for the team. They give it to him 55 out, and he goes bang. It goes through post height.
Had a quiet day by his standards, but yeah, that's.
He's come off the half back line, hasn't he? There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has.
And just went bang and straight over the umpire's head.
Really gutsy mark from Mitch Gaffney there too, and release that handballs for the kick.
It was. Isn't it interesting? Just that kick in, the miss skill that I called. But to break that, they needed a half backman to kick the goal.
So Port Districts 8-3, Payneham Norwood Union 7-5.
Jolly into the ruck, but it's centre clearance. Here's Will Northeast. He's been very good. Looking for Coulthard, is he? No. Ball spills. Ground level, must keep your feet. Whole pack falls down. And free kick there to Payneham, I think. Yes, it is. Pierce Seymour perhaps at the bottom. It is Pierce Seymour. Hasn't had his busiest day, certainly. Hasn't been.
He's held Gab Shepherd pretty well, though.
He had rookie free
Goes
here on
for
the wing.
Dangerous kick, looks for Wagner. It's all Hales, though, but getting it ground level. Quick kick forward. 3-on-1, though. And well done, Corcoran.
Tommy Corcoran. Their interchange is right. They got caught. That's twice now they've got the guy off the interchange.
He's got no fear, Corcoran, when he goes to the ball, does he? He's a good footballer.
So goes long into the half-forward line. Yeah, just a little bit of a hand in back. Seymour round this way. Gets possession but doesn't get away with it. And you probably called it right too, TJ. He hasn't had as much of it as last week or all their own way, if you like. There's a lot of pressure. Look at the players around the ball. And the player's the boundary side of the ball. And look, he hits it inside. That's where you need to be. Anyway, they worked it out. He's taken one step and gone bang here from 50. And just on the last line,
His quarter's been good, Mac Hayes. He's taken a couple of very important marks. And that quarter was Port District 2-1, Payneham just 1-1. So Port District
played just over 25 minutes that quarter.
Yeah, well, there was only 3 goals. So 7-5 plays 8-3 on the Harley Heaven Firm scoreboard. It is anyone's game in this one, boys. I'm going to head down to the huddle, if that's all right, and leave it all with you at 3/4 time. Is that all right, boss?
Yeah, we're going to try to get some scores from around the grounds as they come in.
I want to have a listen to what they got to say down there. I'll be back with what's happening at the Payneham huddle after the 3/4 time break. All yours, boys.
We can just go through to our scores here. It's on the Firm Harley Heaven scoreboard. We've got Port Districts at 3/4 time, 8-3. Lead Payneham 7-5 by 4 points. Goals to Pinchy Donahue, Christian Roki, Paul Lowe, 2 to Alex Forster, 1 to Tommy Wagner, 1 to Bretty Ansell. So that makes a 7. And for Port Districts, Trent Heffernan has 2, Harley Tiller 1, James Batty 2, Luke McInerney with that flying shot on goal just before the 3/4 time siren. Jack Foster's been very good with 1, and Tommy Eckel with 1. So 4 points. And your thoughts, Tony Neal?
Yeah, just looking as you were calling that, Luke. Payneham Norwood Union opened up with 5 goals in the first quarter. They've kicked 1 for each quarter since. On a pretty clear day, they can't find that clear avenue to goal. I think the fact that Liam Davis has gone off has really hurt them. And on the other side of the fence, Port District scored 3 goals in the first quarter, 3 goals in the second, and 2 in the third. So they've won 2 of the 3 quarters, but the scoring has dried up for Payneham Norwood Union. They're competitive. I called it before, the back lines. It's a real battle of the back lines. But if you can just get in front, and
they had that ascendancy before. They had the 3.
Yes.
They had the 3 tools. They had Davis.
Yep. They had avenues.
Davis, Foster. Jolly, and Forster. Now they've only got the 2 smalls. Wagner's playing further down the ground. Roki hasn't had an influence really. So
I mean, look, it's a big call, but I mean the back line has held them in. But do you throw it up in the air and say, well, okay, we've got to win this? Do you bring someone like maybe an Orcello, or there was the other player there, bring them maybe down forward and just throw it up in the air and say, well, look, we've got to give it a go? The one that I've been, I guess, a little bit disappointed with, and not through his own movements, but Chris Rookie, he was free on the wing here in that last kick, and they decided to go inside the 50-50s just to a nothing contest. Port District got it back again, back the other way. They've just got to keep a clear head, have a look around, lift the eyes, look sideways, because players are out there for you to use, and especially in this last quarter.
Yes, I agree. Just a quick score here from Division 2. We've got Foss Camden 10-2, lead Broadview 5-5. Now that's in the first semi-final, so might be the end of the road for Broadview. We're 4.5 goals down. We've got Division 1, Tea Tree Gully 5-4, lead Goodwood 2-5. And so that's nearly a 3-goal lead, but Goodwood play that
up there.
Heavy press. They play a heavy press. They don't play with wingmen. Goodwood. They line up with 8 men. They play their wingman off out of a back pocket.
Yep.
And it's a very odd set up. So, just getting scores from all the way around the ground. So
just while that's happening, Luke, while you're looking that up, both teams in tight. Payneham Norwood Union just plays with hands on hips and that, but Port Districts have all got their arms around each other, and there's a big roar as they break now. And I tell you what, Port District have a sniff. It's an elimination final. There is no next week for the loser of this, and Port District have just the body language and have got a real sniff of it. Gary McIntosh has kept Payneham Norwood Union in there for a fair amount of time. A couple of players, they're just standing around with hands on hips. Now they break. So this coming into this last quarter is going to be hugely interesting, and I'm just interested to see the lineups. I reckon they'll start with Hanson and in ruck. Jolly, let's just see where he's going now. Probably to the forward line. Is he? Yes, he's down forward. You called it again. For Alex Forster will be full forward. They've got their little players around there. They've got Josh Richards down there, who's been really good. Josh Donoghue down there. So they've got Tom Wagner, who probably needs to lift a little bit more at half forward. He's tried his guts out, but if he can take a couple of those grabs and they can get contact in the movement of the ball, that might just open up a little bit for them. And the other one is, I think it was Donoghue and Matthew Nye on the other half forward flank, who perhaps needs to lift.
Districts have owned the last hour, really. They've been in front, but they only hold a 4-point lead. So.
All right, boys, interesting down the huddle. So Jolly's gone a full forward, so Jolly will be playing deep down at full forward. He'll have Pitchy Donoghue in front of him, so that's the way they're going to go. Foster over Broadview with 5 goals. They'll come out via the coast, but they'll look to get quick football straight down to the big nick the situation Jolly. And there you see it right now in the goal square. They're going to go long to Jolly, fast footy movement down to Jolly. Well, get it done. Need to start in the middle though.
Speed will beat height, so Hanson protects the ball drop, hits the no one again, recovers it himself, a bit like Ben Hudson, goes after it. So the ball's now already at centre half forward, but just through that dribbling, I'm just a little bit bewildered why you keep hitting it the wrong way.
Interesting you say
and
that.
Giving the opportunity
Gary
to the
McIntosh
opposition.
said exactly that. If you're going to hit it in a different direction, let your on-ballers know. They need to know where you're hitting it. He said that. The other thing they said, boys, is like we expected a 4-quarter battle. This is exactly where we wanted to be. There's nothing unusual about this.
And the other bit, very quickly, sorry, Luke, is with this last quarter, you have to win it. You can't hold on. No one's holding on here to try and save the game. There's only 3 points in it.
Well, free kick, Port District. Pulteney by a point in Division
South.
Yeah, in Woody South. And Foss Camden over Broadview. We'll stay with this one. This is a Div 1 elimination final. Big spoil from Payneham. Here we go. Ground level. Heath Pocock. Clean pair of heels. Good clean for Coulthard. He'll fly. Coming in. Ground level. Port District take possession. Shepherd with a left foot snap to the goal square. Danger area and a mark.
Yeah, good mark. Jay Williams. He's strong. Very strong.
So it was Shepherd who got that kick in.
Yeah.
And he too pushed off with one hand and held the ball on his left side and just banged it forward. And once again, another strong mark. He's missed it.
Dear.
He's kicked into the man on the mark. You could not believe it. And it's walked through. That is unbelievable.
Didn't put enough care in it, did he? Really
dribbled off the toe. Was he in the goal square?
I think. He marked in the goal. I think his foot hit the ground as he brought it through and didn't get enough momentum up. And it was not even. It was about throat height. Didn't have to jump.
So let's going to make it interesting. That's a beautiful kick in. Have a look at that. Wagner puts the contest in.
Yeah, you let off, but we'll see what comes of it.
They've got to load up again.
Entry, they'll go again. Coulthard, is it? Foster.
Yeah. Foster.
Tell you what, at the moment though, Port Districts have all the answers, boys. It doesn't. Payneham need to find something. They need to find it right now.
Liam Davis went off and Anthony Carlisle come on. That was a momentum change.
Correct, Luke Hosey. As Foster, it is Jack Foster on the far side. Now, I don't reckon he's going to kick the ground. We'll just move past that. The players know what's happened. So he's going to line up. Very deliberate shot. He's going to be kicking from right on 50, and I reckon it's going to drop into the goal square, although he's kicked the last one from here earlier on. It is the last quarter, though. So Waltz is in. Nice, neat, crisp-looking kick, but he's just offline. So 2 points already to Port District now.
3/4 time, Scotch by a goal. And in the grand final in C6, it's Rosewater trailing quite convincingly. I think, were they 7 goals down, were they? 6 goals down, 5.5 goals down. So 5.5 goals down in the last quarter. Here we go now. It's like we said, they come the coast via Orcello. Ball at ground level though. Port Districts with the numbers. Interesting handball, really a hit and hope. And it comes off because of clean hands. Who was that? Northeast, was it? That's really clean hands. It was Corcoran. Loved his game. Here's Northeast. Argues that's a throw. It can only be a throw.
She's on.
If someone's got one hand, you can't get rid of it with the other, for God's sake.
He threw it in the air. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
He threw it and then he tried to get a foot to it.
It's not even being out of position, mate. If
That's
you've got,
a shocker.
It's, God's sake.
Anyway, two ruckman battle here. We all saw it. Clark at his pumps it forward. I'll tell you what, they're winning the first ball. He was caught from behind. He has to have been dropping.
It is this time. It wasn't the other time, but it is this time.
Oh, the other one was diabolical. He just threw it straight up in the air.
So Matthew Nye, we called now. The call was to go forward,
he's come from behind.
TJ?
Yes.
Call was to go down the
long
ground
direct, fast footy.
Yeah.
Here it is, Jolly out wide.
Wagner
releases. He looks for O'Leary. The chainsaw doesn't quite take possession. Well played, Port District at ground level, fighting hard. This is all on the line now. Scoreboard's a bit slow. How's our scoreboard going? And you've missed the time, haven't you?
No, because I was starting 4 minutes behind.
Okay.
Exactly.
So ball up at centre half forward. Can they capitalise? Payneham Norwood Union, quick bobble out, but he's given it up. He's given it to Port District. Around they go, first to the ball again. Georgeson it is.
Here's
around
Donahue.
It comes. No, too many players around him. Fumbles it. Just a quick hit forward. Is that Wagner?
Yep.
Tentacles.
Now, it's fair to say, boys, he is not the best shot for goal. We've watched him take a lot of marks, have a lot of possession, has not kicked a lot of goals. He's in the last 2 weeks. He's probably kicked 4 or 5 points.
Really good last week.
He's due, baby. He's due.
I think he did have a look sideways then.
Yeah. Distance shouldn't be a problem.
Call it, TJ.
Accuracy will a problem. He's crossing the 50. He's going to line up from 40, more or less straight in front. Kicking towards the Hydra water end. He's close to the man on the mark. Gives it a ride! Straight through the high diddle. The boy's name is Tom Wagner. The location is Payneham Oval. The scores are level. We got a game, Tony Neal.
Cometh the moment, cometh the time for the man to stand up, and I tell you what, he's done well. This could be the avenue to goal. As we said, doesn't matter who gets him as long as someone gets him, and they just need to break through. And I tell you what, it's been a long time. They've kicked 1 goal each quarter since the first quarter. They've got one now, and that makes it 8-5 apiece on the Harley Heaven and Firm scoreboard. So, game on, gentlemen.
Speaking of the Firm, I just got it a little with that kick. But anyway, we carry on. Here's Hansen. Again, doesn't quite find the mark with a tap, but won the tap. But at ground level, Giannini battles, quick handball, ground level again. Here they go. Good tackle, Port District. Secondary tackle, have another ball up. Right in the middle of what might have been a glue pot in previous years, but holding up pretty well this year.
Just saying, there was a player there for Port District blowing a couple of bubbles in the cricket pitch a moment ago, but he's got up. So it's a null and void tap.
Richards.
It's what happens next, as Lee Matthews always says. And so let's just see again. Hansen is now he's facing the way he should be facing. He's facing Payneham Norwood Union's way. Clark's trying to get into him. He's behind him, Clark. So whoever wins, it's going to go forward. So as it does, just out the side here, bobbles around. Now they come forward. They're inside 50. Wagner again gets after it. Close to the ball. There's Josh Donahue. Very close. Here he comes.
Releases the
handball. New boots.
Inside, outside. Looks for Forster in the goal square. Just across the face. And Payneham take a 1 point lead in what is now a seesaw battle. This is where Port are dangerous. They've got
over
the quick
top.
Swing fast footy. Here they go.
He stopped and looked.
Awkward bounce.
Stopped and looked. He's got two player down the ground.
Underground
they
handball.
Can't release. First to the ball.
Cracking in was Jamison Bauer, and we've locked it in 40 metres out. Bobbles out. It's come back out. Ball in dispute here. Here's Port District. Misses the ball and he's gone
get to it.
Out of play 30 metres around from the Payneham goal.
Yeah, she's game on. I'll tell you what, Gould was free out here and they couldn't get to him. Trent Heffernan couldn't quite get to that ball, but I don't know whether it was the sun or not there. He just couldn't get to it. So throws it in, forward pocket. Ruckman go at it.
Donahue! Inside, outside, check
He has picked it. Josh Donahue, get around him. He's given the signal too.
There's a few Port District fans down there just wishing him all the best. But that is Pinchy Donahue's been great in the second half. His second. Ran through the inside of the contest to the outside. Kicked with the outside of the foot and made it come inside. It for a check side. Put me on the high side. Payneham by 1 goal, 1 point. Yes.
I tell you what, that brought a tingle to the spine, that did. He kicked it. Then he gave the crowd something, but he knew he did it. You've got to back it up with the goods.
Great
and that's
crowd
what it's
today
all about. Yeah. This might be the team lifter. This might be the igniter, TJ, that we've been looking for.
Hansen in ruck. Does he tap it? He does tap it.
Taps it to fresh air again, but it's bounced their way out the back. Don't try and push off. There's no one there.
Way, that way. He's released it to Tiller. Tiller does well.
Just
goes forward.
Kick.
Bauer in front. He's tackled immediately and we have a ball up 10 metres forward of the Port District towards the Port District goal.
Pressure is on. I'll tell you what, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a line here in the Payneham Norwood Union forward line. Big tap that time. I've been talking about this all day. It went to no one, and it's going to be another ball up right here in the centre. But as we look at the flankers are quite close to the centre half forward here. 2 players, Rookie's one of them. I'd love to see him lift this quarter. If they can get that tap again, they'll get it straight to him. So up it goes. Down it comes to fresh air. Player on the ground picks up, can't quite get it out. So we're going to see another ball taken high. He's taken high. Here we go.
Yeah, Richards.
Payneham Norwood Union. Yeah, he's been good, this lad.
Yeah, I was down there. I haven't actually stood next to him before. I was down there. He's not a big boy, but geez, he has a go.
Bangs it centre forward. Jolly! No one near him.
Geez, I don't think anyone wanted to get in the way of the steam train. It was a big case of the old toot-toot. He was coming through at pace.
Big Joshy Rosenthal was left 15, 20 metres beyond the contest then.
Yeah, he was on the ground. And
lining up for his first for the day from 55 straight in front. Now, these are the ones he practices at training 20 times a week. Well within his capabilities. It's just a question of accuracy. Jolly goes. Bang. Not quite. Doesn't look like he's timed it right to me. Just falls on the line there. Nearly Alex forced to rush through.
Handy point, though.
Yeah, takes it to 8 points at the 9-minute mark of the last quarter. We've only had 1 goal scored in the last quarter, Tony Neal. So, again, these kick-ins are absolutely crucial. They made a mess of the last one. What will they do with this one?
so he's just spinning the ball around. He's not going to go short. He hasn't got any avenue, so he just bombs outside 50.
To
Jolly. He's there.
And he takes the mark.
Clunks and played on like a rover.
Bang. Oh, and he's
out in the full.
He's fallen over, but I think he...
Out of bounds.
It is. He played a little bit for that one.
Not a bad
strong
result.
man. But
just coming into it. That's
no, it was out of bounds. You're right, Luke. Yeah. Yes. So right with that beautiful-looking large light tower.
And again, just looking down the other end really quickly for Payneham sitting back there, they've got Ollie Pride, they've got Mac Haynes and Dylan Orcello, Pierce Seymour as the back four, looking to, they're setting up in their sequence. Here it goes, back down forward for Payneham now. And a quick snap round the corner, Tommy Wagner. And that's probably not a handy point, but still nonetheless.
They're coming at them hard, but I can tell the viewers, Port District have only got two players the other side of centre. They're trying to congest it up. But I'll tell you what, they're going all right here, Payneham Norwood Union, for 15 minutes.
Bit of a score, so it's 9 goals 8 to 8 goals 5 to Port District. So that 9.
Of course, our viewers can see it on the screen because Jono updates it, but thanks, Luke.
A little bit of a push out there, but they got away with it. I reckon that's Jorgensen on the opposite side. He's got no one inside to come to. He's going to have to go down the line this way, that way. You haven't got time to play around, mate. Get it down the wing. Down he does. Hope for a crumb. Nice big punch out there. Pierce Seymour it was. Ball's coming forward. Just that scramble will do. Pushed out of it there was Coulthard, sorry. Stick the car racing, son. So just outside of the 50-metre zone here. Coulthard, it is slow to get up. And,
boys, it's still very, very early in the last quarter in a sense. It's only 11-minute mark. But you can't help but think that kick in the goal square that went straight in the man on the mark, gee, it could end up being huge.
Yep.
Huge.
And here's the man, just as you called it there, was Joe Williams around. Now, this is one of their big playmakers, Foster. He's got no one to go to. This way, that way. Has to hold up till the runners get down there. Kicks to a one-on-one. And out in front there is that James Batty.
Yep.
Now, Batty it is. He's not the longest of kicks. He's calling for players to come forward. He's really got nothing because there's congestion. He's just waiting. They're tending to do this. Just tries to be pretty with it. Kicks it straight to the Payneham Norwood. Yeah, Seymour it was. Up in the pack. The ball bobbles down. They may be happy with the ball up here because of this congestion. A few players off the ball still, but there's a lot of players around the ball. There's 2 players free here, but of course Orcello's got him covered on if they go forward. It will tries to there. Play on calls the umpire right out by that boundary line. There's going to be a throw in.
Yes.
Woodville South by a goal over Pulteney.
So the ball in by the light tower here, 50-metre line. A lot of players around the ball, but there is a little bit of a spread here. There's a few players not quite manning up for Payneham Norwood Union there, so there is a player free here. Number 12 is Jorgensen, about 30 metres off the ball. As the ball comes in, who can capitalise here? The ruckman go at it. Nice big swat there by Hansen. Over the back it is a 50-50. Oh, first to recover, Port District. Yeah, clever there, Luke Hosey.
Yeah, good player, Jay Williams. Just
now.
Yeah, and that's McInerney, Lukey McInerney there. Ball goes
just
out of bounds.
Over.
out of bounds. True centre wing on the outer side of the oval here at Payneham Oval. So Big Clark and Jay Hanson going to do battle.
And the on ball is just a little bit slow to jog up from the back line there. They're really pushing hard to get around the ground now. It's going to be the battle of fitness as Hanson will clearly win this again.
One at the stoppage. Everyone's got a man at the stoppage, which is
Hanson's
good.
clearly won a lot of the tap outs. All dives in for a big tackle there on Heffernan, I reckon. Yep. So let's just see what happens here. There's, like you said, Luke, there's just little spots of one-on-one all around the ground, except for Cello. Have a look at him. 50 metres off his player.
He's just letting him zone off.
Boys, just wait for a stoppage. It just goes forward here, high up and under. Best position, Paul Lowe, is it? No, good spoil, Port District. Coulthard, quick kick, goes forward. Half forward, they're in front. Well done, Port District.
Shepherd.
Swings, they need one here. McHane's in front, good. Gets a hand in a left-handed spoil. Well done. Sanzo pops to his feet like a cork in the ocean.
Great recovery, he's hurt himself there.
Goes to Seymour. Seymour to Chachi Lowe. Chachi Lowe applies the pressure with a tackle. And well done, Port District. Chain of handles, gets it out. Quick kick. Oh, he's down, and his player's taking the mark. Oh.
I'll just call him that. They're one down.
Mark, yeah.
He gave the handball out, that lad, was it Sanzo? And he copped it right in the ribs.
Is that Pierce Seymour?
No, it's Sanzo, I reckon.
Sanzo,
just copped it right in the ribs, and he was out of play there. And that left him one man down, basically.
Foster will line up 40 metres out.
Sorry, he's still down on his haunches. So he's not moving well at all, sorry.
Struggling a little bit. Boys, interesting as well, we are at the 14-minute mark of the final quarter, but there is less than 9 minutes of real time to go. So, big kick here.
Good kick, Jock Foster. I'm going to back him in. Missed.
And has missed it.
He was a lot closer than the last one, too.
7-point ball game here.
So Jack O'Leary it is with the kicking duties, is it there, TJ? Yeah, kicks to himself. Nice and neat. I'll tell you what, look out.
No, that's not. We wouldn't give Jack the kicking duties, trust me. That would have been Bauer.
Oh, sorry, Bauer, yep.
And he got it to the Port District. Just getting a bit of a run on here, Port District. Looking dangerous.
Handball over.
Gould, he's quick.
He's taking run his full measure. Gives it a kick, and it's a beauty.
Got it.
Well done.
Yeah.
We're back to a 2-point ball game here.
Well done, young Ben Gould. That's a brilliant goal.
Cometh a man, cometh a moment. As you said before, he just decided, I'll do it myself. Grabbed the ball, tucked it on the wind, took it on, and kicked a goal.
Took the game on, didn't he?
I'll tell you what, he had James Batty on the inside about 30 metres, 20 metres inside, calling for it, clear as day. But I don't mind that. He knew what he wanted to do, and away he went, kicked it. Good goal, and look at the scoreboard, 2 points in it. Fantastic. The Harley Heaven and Firm scoreboard. Thank you very much to our sponsors.
Anyone's game, 15 and nearly 15 and a half minutes gone, but as TJ said, only about 8.5 minutes of real time.
Probably less than that now. Yep.
A lot of man-on-man, in the middle. Ball hits the ground again. We call it all day. If you let the ball hit the ground, you're saying to the opposition, well, we don't want it. There's going to be a second ball up. Someone get their hands on the ball and just get a kick out, please. Player free here on the half-forward flank is Jorgensen. And
he's trying to take Orcello out of the play.
Yeah, you can see that.
Richard's taken high twice at the right there. Now, boys, right in the middle of the ground, we have a third ball up. I called it last week at the right time. I'm going to call it again. Without stating the bleeding obvious, the next goal in this game could be the one that decides the outcome. It's huge.
So 2 ball ups that have hit the ground. Payneham Norwood Union can't get it out. It's like volleyball in there. Quick snap out there, and that was Mitch Gaffney. Ball in front there, northeast.
Gets a kick.
Gets it this time, threw it out again.
Awkward looking kick, spills, danger signs here. Down the Port District forward line here. Hard to see, it's a long way away. The Port District crowd go up, rapturous. I'll get on the binos, Tony, you call the play.
Yeah, that was Chase Bauer in front there, and I reckon there's a player that might still be a little bit. Look at the ruckman charge in as well. Right next to it, they could have piggybacked each other in, it was that close. Anyway, ball bobbles around, you're going to get a second ball up here. It's whoever can break out here, if they can get a run on, somehow, I don't know how, but somehow I'd like to see Orcello somewhere getting around the ball.
Jorgensen's got to take, he has to take him to the goal line.
And you're right, Luke, he's doing it.
Here we go, Paul Lowe gets the clearing kick, but it's a horrible kick. Turns it over, Port District try and pick up possession. They don't take possession. Good support there by Payneham. Comes to O'Leary. O'Leary to 9. It looks like. Here's Jolly down the line. Contest. Port District with the numbers. Jolly gets a free kick. It's that time of year.
No one to kick.
Here he goes. Streaming forward is Thedarakopoulos. Thedarakopoulos keeps his feet. Nearly. So close yet so far. Oh, it would have been like Greek Easter all over again.
I'll tell you what, he was the only player streaming forward. When Nick Jolly took that ball, they were level, and he streamed forward, but he had 2 on 1. It was a good chase too.
Rookie makes his way on.
Big kick, big punch worth a kick. But
Payneham, they should get another shot here, quick.
Nice,
Jolly.
neat. How did he get that free, Jolly?
They're going to line up for
Wow,
45
wee.
on a slide angle. Certainly not beyond him. He just needs his accuracy on today. Hasn't yet to kick a goal. Wearing the new white boots.
I was just going to say, mate, he's wearing new boots. They're either going to go into mothballs or they're going to get another week and maybe another one after that. So, oh, well, let's see. He's probably about where he had the last shot from. No, probably a little bit closer. What
the most important out? 45 out, slide angle, most important kick of his season. Nicked the situation, Jolly. Times it reasonably well. Celebrates early. The man for any situation. Nick Jolly has put it straight through. It's Payneham, 10 goals 8. Port District, 9 goals 6. Exactly the same as last week, Tony. I called it. The goal that needed to be kicked. Last week he kicked it. He's kicked it again this week. That's why he's the love child of Payneham, the poster boy, Nick Jolly. He's done it again.
And I tell you what, they don't get any shorter, do they? They say that on, as the game wears on, they don't get any shorter. He's still playing very smart forward, down football. Down forward there, and great goal, team lifter, but there's still only 1 goal in it on the 8 points.
19-minute mark, probably only about 6 minutes to go, Tone.
Foss Camden are home, they're 7 goals in front, and the Spock are 10 goals in front of Brighton.
Wow. So close game here, ball goes up. First thing Clark does is goes in and makes contact, but Hansen gets it out, swats it forward. Oh, Coulthard over the ball there. And another ball up, probably about 10 metres out. Umpire's still letting it go. There's no wings on the far side. There's 2 wingers on this side. Gould it is who now comes in. Hansen again gets a free tap. Now they're away.
High up and under. It's all Port District though. And he takes the mark there. Looks like McInerney. Is it Greg, is it?
Dougie Greg, I think.
It'll be 25. He's still...
There's a little bit of manhandling.
25, yeah. Just on here. Wriggling around on him like he...
I think it's Luke McInerney.
McInerney, sorry. Yeah. So almost a professional 25, perhaps, just to allow
Cover
people.
Them.
Yep.
Yeah, good call, TJ. You've called it. Look at Foster's lead into the middle. Doesn't get there. It gets to Corcoran. It is.
It's been good.
So Corcoran stops and props. Centre half back position. Goes to go out wide. Doesn't go there. Comes this side now. Now we see a big lead on, but 2 on 1.
Good spoil,
taken out of it. Yeah. Over it comes. Tiller, neat little kick now. Man in front.
Yeah.
Is that Williams or?
Yeah, Jay Williams.
So what do you reckon, Luke?
Well, he should have kicked one earlier in the quarter. We saw that. You'd have to back him in. I mean, he's a very good player. I'll back the lad in.
I tell you what, this would be the one he wants to get after that first one, just to give him a chance.
40 metres out. No, about a 30-degree angle, boys. Maybe a 45-degree angle, but either way, it's right there for the taking.
Yeah, we're right behind it here.
We certainly are right behind it. We are not going to miss this one.
If he misses, he'll miss to the right-hand side, I think.
It's a 8-point ball game before this kick. He lines up, deliberate approach, runs through it, hooks it, pulls it, left hose, and it's in the goal square. It doesn't make the distance. I'll tell you what, if Payneham do get up, he's going to probably be pretty flat on himself because he's had 2 great opportunities.
Look, he was only about 35 out, but he did get it over the man on the mark, so there's a bonus. So look
big
at the
fly
there,
Orcello. It's a 7-point ball game. They can't afford probably another one of them, and we're currently on the 21-minute mark of the final quarter. Probably about 5 to go, boys.
Pierce Seymour in no hurry to get this ball back in, as he just wanders back. Give them time to set up. Has he got any targets free? There's a lot of congestion, so he just pops it in short. Just hold it up. Rookie, we haven't seen a lot of him today, but
quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, but this is the time of the game to do your role. There's a player out here if they want. I think they're going to go down the line, which they do. He just swings it out a little bit wide.
Probably a bit early to slow play, but...
Yeah. Up into the pack. If they can get it forward, Jolly it is. No, Cello applies the tackle. They've gone boundary side, and it's come undone. Donahue there curls it around, but straight back to Greg it is, yeah. So now they're going to have to roll the dice, come inside. Corcoran's taken a couple of grabs. Into centre forward. A bit of a nothing kick, but a good grab. Go Geronimo.
Gav Shepherd, just outside his range here.
Big arms, a bit like...
yeah, he's a very good overhead mark.
Yeah, a bit like Wagner he was then. Yeah, too far out, you reckon, Luke?
Yep. Coached him at Portland, but he, just outside
you watch him put it through now.
No, just outside his range.
Oh, it's right on the goal line. Good call, Cozy. But that, interestingly enough, makes it a 1-goal ball game, boys. 22-minute mark, final quarter. Couldn't be too long to go in this one.
And most of the players are up around the centre half back position, apart from Nick Jolly and Josh Rosenthal down at full forward. Well, probably at centre half forward position. So it's either going to be get it over the top and just hammer it out here somewhere into space, or they're going to get it back in, because a few of the players here for Port Districts are actually facing the pack, the Crumb. Northeast on his own.
Just quickly, Tea Tree Gully by 4. Tea Tree Gully by 4.
Yeah,
So both games.
Nice kick in.
4 goals, is it?
4 goals, yeah.
Okay, so it's the winner of this game will play Goodwood next week at Goodwood. Who knows? As back to you, Tony. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. So they've got it. Very dangerous kick into centre half back there.
Sanzo.
They're going to twist out the side here. He's missed
Right.
the player,
Good
but
switch,
there's
good
plenty of space. All
O'Leary,
the
Jack O'Leary, the chainsaw. And no,
all the congestion
Hold it
is
up.
in the middle of
Rookie
the
in the
ground.
middle.
Holding it up.
Yep. Maybe down the line to Chase Bauer. Good spoil there by Port District.
They're out.
They effective spoil, and they're out and running, as you said. They're not fast footing it though.
Jorgensen.
Yeah, just holds it up.
They're just waiting for someone. They hit up Harley Tiller.
Tiller.
The next kick is, 30 metres, 40 metres is going to be his kick.
And he's on.
He's got a player here. He's got a lot of time, but he's going to be under pressure.
Oh, quick kick
Looking
down the
for
line.
Coulthard.
Coulthard. Interesting
Keep
one-on-one.
your feet.
Huge one-on-one here. Must keep your feet, you're right. Coulthard doesn't keep his feet and allows Payneham to neutralise the contest. And we'll have a ball up right in front of about 500 parochial Payneham
Have a look at Greg.
spectators.
23 and a half
Greg-
minutes in.
Griggs wandered in. He's pointed to the box as if to say how much time's left. They're out on their feet, some of these players.
Pocock.
Nice pick up, but
horrible
he's kicked
kick.
it back into the pack.
Ducks
Coulthard
his head.
Ducks ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, ducks
Led
ahead.
with the head.
Congestion. We're getting right close to the siren, I'd say, gentlemen. Probably another minute or two. And
hard to
there hasn't
say.
been a lot of scores this quarter.
Been 4 goals in total, mates. We might get 2 more minutes.
One goal in it. That may have been the time for third man up. A lot of congestion again. There's no one at centre half forward here for Port District. So sneak a bloke out the back. Look at that umpire all on his own. He's in the right position. So no one really gets a good tap on it. Here they come. Just around on the left. Yeah, close to the boundary.
And Donahue just escorts it out. Boundary line is your friend. Just in front of us here, right below us. I'll tell you what, it's tense, it's tight, it's exciting. We're in the 25th minute of the final quarter. Probably 2 minutes to go. Payneham by a goal. Hanson in the ruck. Needs to win the tap. Hansel goes for the tap. Ball right in front of us. And out on the full. So that's a Payneham free kick. The double bunger fist. Again, not a fan of it. Giannini with a kick. He's got to go down the line to Rook and Hanson.
Approaching 25 minutes too.
Yep. If Hanson takes the mark, you might even get a rendition of Mbop from me. Here he goes. Here's Hanson underneath it. Big fly. What a fly, but a good mark taken by the Port District player. Can't make out how it was. Wagner was up where men feared to fly.
They're trying to switch. They can't get a man free.
Yeah, they're looking
They've
for the
got
one
a
down the
little
middle.
one there, and that's Harley Tiller.
He's going to look for the handball.
Yeah,
He's off. And he gets it out wide. He does well in the end.
Dougie Gregg's been good.
Lot down the line though. They need a mark. Will they get it? Fly trying to push it out. It spills. Here's goal.
Yeah, you got to get back on his
to the
left.
Oh, ground level. Thiara
He took him
Coppolis.
by the legs.
And a
By
free
the
kick
legs.
to Payneham.
Yeah.
You can only be 40 or 50 seconds left.
That was Jay Williams desperate, but he the legs. I was going to say before, it's 2 kicks to goal for
just approaching 26 minutes. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah,
we've had 4 goals, maybe a minute. I don't know how long it's in real time.
Wouldn't be longer than 60 seconds.
They're pointing long, so long goes down to the pack. Hanson's up there. Good grab. Just hold it up, son.
It's all over, you'd think.
Hanson sang Mbop. That's what I was talking about
Just
anyway.
run the clock down now.
Yeah, no, down the line. Nothing silly. It's a high up and under. Looks for Wagner. Tentacles. No, nothing doing. They can roll the dice down the middle here, Port District, if they're clean, but they're not. Here's Donahue on the right. Oh, good smother, Port District. Could that be a season? It is not.
There it is.
The season is over again for Port District at Payneham Oval in the elimination final. It's the Falcons. 10 goals, 8-68. Port District, 9 goals, 8-62. A 6-point win. Players are out on their feet. What a contest, Tony Neal.
And you can see the devastation. Look, to lose by that, such a close thing. You can say, well, a player kicked into the player and the man on the mark. And that's not the kick that lost the game, mate. It's there's a whole game that goes on over 4 quarters. So there's plenty of opportunities. So, what a game that we came to today. Huge crowd. The players, like you said, they gave it all. There was a little bit of a scrappy stuff, but, the fact that Forster it was when, Liam Davis went off. They had to manufacture a win again, which they did last week. And, wow, 1 goal in it. What a game and a half we've seen today. And, both teams exhausted, but they got up.
Games.
Yeah, and look, no doubt about it. in the third quarter, it looked like Port District would win the game. It's fair to say that, isn't it? They looked like they had the foot skills, the run, the spread, but it wasn't to be.
Footy at that time.
They found a way, as Payneham often do, at Payneham in finals. And if they want to make a grand final, they've got to keep doing that week after week. And at this stage, that's tick box number 1 of 4 for the Falcons. And they will next week they will play. Someone's just trying to get a game back to us autograph.
I think they're going to play Goodwood Saints at Goodwood Oval.
Yes, they were playing Goodwood at Goodwood. So
Goodwood were behind from Teacher Gully, so you think Ross Trevor will play Teacher Gully. We've got a score. Teacher
Gully by 10 points. I've got. So
yeah. We go. It's Glenunga into the Division 3 next year. They've defeated. Do
you want some help?
Edwardstown by 27 points, and we've got a score in here at Morgan Oval. Woodville South by 2 points. Game over.
Well, that's interesting because I can tell you, Pulteney were on a bit of an agenda. And very disappointing for the club and the players and the committee there.
Final score at Teacher Gully 6-8, Goodwood 4-10, all over. So getting scores in around the grounds now. So some big wins coming up. So in Division 2, we know that Broadview are finished. We know that Foss Candom are through to the preliminary final, and they'll take 10 goals behind on St. Peter's. St. Peter's through to back to Division 1 for the Spock boys. So, well done to the St. Peter's Old Collegians.
Yeah, and on a day, it's gone from chocolates to boiled lollies in a hurry for Port District. They won the C grade, they won the B grade, and so valiant in the A grade. Not trying to be patronising here. They looked for large stages of the game like they would win. They were very good. Their foot skills were sublime. Their spread from the contest was awesome. But in the end, and again, you said it's not one, you can't put it down to one kick, Tony, but you've got to take your opportunities in final, and when you take a mark in the goal square, you've got to kick the goal.
Yeah, for sure. And look at the difference. Just that dejection. I've been there as a player, been there as a coach, losing final. Now I've been there as a player and a coach as winning as well. And these guys are as pumped as anything. They wouldn't be feeling much pain at all, Payneham Norwood Union. And I'm sure the Port District lads will be feeling absolutely everything. And see Paul North East just hugging his lad down there, and that disappointment. But off they come, well deserved in front of their home crowd. And have a look at the crowd here. The players coming off, they're all ecstatic, mate. I'm sure the crowd will be rocking tonight.
Oh, it's rocking at the Fortress of Falconry. It's going to be a good night at the club tonight. A great win, a character-building win, a one-goal win in an elimination final, coming from behind at three-quarter time. You can't help but, as a member of Payneham, be very proud of the efforts of what I saw out there today. They grounded out, they found a way. Again, Davis was the star in the first half. They lost him, and again, everyone else stepped up.
And look, to be fair, Payneham Norwood Union, a couple of those young, skinnier, sort of lighter lads really stood up when it counted. And as a player, if you've played in finals, it's very good to be remembered as a good player in finals. And Josh Richards, I thought, was very good. When some of the players went missing from last week that didn't play as good a game, and yet you see some of the other players stand up. And I really liked Josh Richards' game today. Thought he was quite impressive. Jamison Bauer, these players, they didn't take backward steps, and Port District were coming hard. They had some big bodies and so on, and they played their heart out for their club. They can be very proud of the young blokes, as well as all the players. Mac Haynes as well, I'd put him in there. Ocello was good. They tried to drag him out as Luke kept calling, and he just wouldn't go. He wouldn't follow his player, and he kept them in the game, and the congestion worked as well, and this is the outcome. They've won by a goal. Mind you, they kicked 5 in the first and probably 3 in the last, was it? They kicked 10.
Yeah, that's right. And they kicked a goal in the second and the third. And no one player really stood out, and you can tell that by the goal kickers. Doubles, so for Payneham, it was 2 to Donahue, 2 to Forster, 2 to Wagner. Singles to Jolly with that crucial one. Ansell, Lowe and Rookie. For Port District, it was 2 to Heffernan, 2 to Batty, singles to Tiller, Gould, McInerney, Eckel and Foster. Better players for Port District. I thought Harley Tiller was outstanding today. I thought he was fantastic. He would have had 30 touches. Certainly, just skimming down the list, I loved Forster's game. I thought he was very good. Carlisle certainly played a role. Shepherd was okay up forward, and I liked Will Northeast's game, and certainly getting
Foster.
plenty of the ball. Damien Coulthard, yeah, Foster I mentioned for sure. I think you've talked about Payneham already. Again, a lot of people stepped up. You wouldn't say there was one individual outstanding player for Payneham today, I wouldn't have thought. Or Cello down back was the best defender again, probably. And then they shared it all up forward. Davis in the first half as forward, but then Donahue with a little cameo. I thought, as you said, Richards had a little cameo in the first quarter. We got us on top. All played a role.
Theodorakopoulos also had his moments as well. You know, that really long, strong, hard lead in that quarter there. Allegio, like you said, yeah, a really good even spread. And to be honest, that's what you need in finals to win finals, is a spread of good play. You know, you'll get your players that stand out and so on, as we've seen in the past in the AFL and so on. But at this level, you need a really good spread. You need the players to stand up, and this will hold them in good stead through the whole final series. They had a good win over Tea Tree Gully last week, so they're not a threat. They had a good win today in a close game.
There'll be a threat at home, mate. Take it easy, champ.
No. Psychologically, you got to work your way through it. And
Tea Tree Gully have won. They're 10-point winners at Tea Tree Gully, so we might not see Tea Tree Gully till. Well,
the week after.
Yeah, well, or the week after that.
Who knows?
Or not at all if we don't win. But it was Tea Tree Gully. What a slugfest this must have been. 6-8 to 4-10.
We've seen how Goodwood plays, so that's no great surprise.
Thank you. Paul Gerasitano, just quickly if I can, D-grade captain here. Unfortunately didn't get the job done today, mate. Went down.
Yeah, a bit upsetting, Tom. Probably if we win again, it'd be good to win, but we didn't, so that's the unfortunate news.
And tip for the C6 Grand Final next week?
PAC will beat them by 35 points.
Fantastic. Thank you, Paulie, and thanks for the beer. Sorry, mate, he's a great young man. Premiership captain at a young age.
There's four of us here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
They're all great young men when they come out with free beers for you.
They sure are. Now, we've got a bunch of scores. Let's go to score some outer grounds really quickly because you've got a few. I think, have you mentioned Foss Camden over Broadview?
Yeah, they won easily. They're about 7 goals in front.
So they'd be 1 week ahead of us. So that would be a first semi-final.
That's the first semi.
Foss through to a prelim. Broadview goodbye.
To play, they'll be playing Brighton, who are 10 goals down on St. Peter's. So St. Peter's through to Division 1 in the grand final.
Yes, interesting one. This one is interesting. I'll come to that one in a sec. Oh, okay, it's a grand final. It's the Division 6 grand final, and Trinity have won the premiership over Rosewater. Rosewater have lost their first game of the year in the grand final, have they?
No, they lost in round 18 against Trinity.
Okay. Trinity 13-4 defeated Rosewater 9-7.
Rosewater haven't played for 3 weeks, though.
Yep. Yeah, so there you go. Isn't that interesting? Interesting stat. Another one that we've got here. And it's more the final score that interests me because we've been calling this one all day. Glenunga 100 beat Town 74. So I'm suggesting Brian Lees in the last quarter has gone Reed, Harron, McMahon.
Oh, they're 10 goals in front. So
come here. Not? Yeah. Come here, boys. Have a seat. Get some ice on your body.
Yep. Smart thing to do.
Yeah.
You only have to win a final by a point, don't you?
Yeah, well, when you're 10 goals up, you can do that. So certainly you would expect that 3 of his guns will be cherry ripe
and they're going to get Gratz back and perhaps Wonky for next week, I would suggest.
Yep.
So that'll be a ding-dong battle of the Rams.
Have we got North Haven and Scotch yet?
No, he's still playing there, and Scotch are 6 points in front of North Haven at Largs.
Another close game, yep.
Yeah, it's a ripper. So they're still playing down there. So we already know Division 1. We know that Tea Tree Gully have beaten Goodwood. We know that Payneham have beaten Port District. So next week we've got Ross Trevor playing Tea Tree Gully, and that will be we don't know where because Ross Trevor have been playing at Theberton all year. So that might be somewhere like St Mary's, who knows. But Division 2, we've got Brighton taking on Foss Camden at Brighton Oval. From Division 3, we have now Scotch have won by 11 points and beaten North Haven. So we've got Seaton Ramblers taking on Scotch.
Geez, that's an eclectic assortment, isn't it? Sort of opposite ends of the scale. The old Fibro Homes of Seaton versus the Bentleys of Scotch.
Yeah, so we know that. We know in Division 4 it is Jeps Cross versus Glenunga. We know in Division 5 it's Seabock versus Woodville South. We know in Division
What did Pulteney lose by, sorry?
By 2 points. We know in Division 6 Trinity have won. We don't know what's happening in Division 7.
Well, my question for you, Luke Hosey, question without notice. I know we're not meant to do this. Where do you think we'll be next week?
I think we'll be wherever there is a Division 4 grand final.
Okay, fair enough. And the Division 4 Grand Final, of course, is the Battle of the Rams, Jeps Crossing Glenunga. So hopefully we are calling that one. Now, are you right for next week?
I certainly am, sir.
Excellent. My horse debuts next weekend, so I might be just a touch late because I've been waiting 9 months for this, and she's trialled well, and she's starting at Morphettville, so for 30 grand. So
Oh, racing, not ploughing the field or
no,
anything like
she's
that.
not turning the turnips. But I will be. I think race 1 at Morphy normally jumps at 1 or 1:30, boys. So I might be a touch late. I apologise in advance.
You're going to go to Morphy, are you?
Mate, I have to go see my horse run. She can't run it with. I'm like a little pony that loves her. I follow her around and pat her on the bum. And
You do have to be careful turning up at the racecourse on the day your horse races. You know that as well.
Why is that?
No, I won't go into it.
I still haven't seen mine run yet.
Good
live.
call.
I always just watch her on the
Good
TV.
call.
So.
Yeah, no. I promised. I whispered it in her ear. I said, "You come good." And yeah, no, we're going to see the first race. So she'd probably race in race 1, I'd suggest. So, but that's enough about that. Wherever we are, it'll be good fun. Anything else, boys, before we sign off for the day?
No, we got all the results here except for Division 7. So
For the teams, pardon me, for the teams still alive, you know, this is the time of the year when you play football through that wet, mud, cold, windy sort of time of the year, and you get to this time of the year, the sun's out. We'll probably smell the grass on Tuesday, Thursday night at training and everything. You know, everyone's up and about. The sore spots aren't so sore after all, and it's just an exciting time of the year to be involved with football. So, you know, wishing all the best to all the teams involved. But yeah, get out there and have a go. That's what it's all about, as we saw today. What a game!
Interesting one, Tone. I digress a bit because I'm just looking at the scoreboard that says Trinity 13-4, Rosewater 9-7. I can't help but look back and think Trinity lost their first final by 5 goals. Obviously, some atrocious instances in that. The result gets reversed. Was the result reversed? No, the first semi then became the prelim.
yeah, it became the prelim.
Yeah, it's just, you know, they would have had to have beaten Salisbury West to get. It's an interesting one, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm not saying they've been gifted a premiership because they've won a grand final against the top team, but isn't
Did
footy
an easy run through.
Yeah, and they caught Rosewater without playing footy for a month. So
Well, actually, Rosewater lost their last 2 games of the year, which was round 18 in the grand final because they didn't play anything in between.
yeah, so 17 straight. So yeah, the winners are Gullies, Payneham, Spock, Foss, Scotch, Woody South,
And Trinity.
Trinity, yes. And we haven't got Div 7 between Marion and St Paul's. Cancelled due to lack of interest. No, just kidding. Don't know. They've actually got money on that one.
That's down at Marion Oval, so we haven't got any results anywhere for that. So
Just the other thing on Rosewater as well. You know, they've had to come back into A6 and fight their way up. Well, probably not the correct word to use there. Sorry, or work their way up. Back up into the divisions, and they'll be back up in the Div5 next year, and probably that's where they belong at this point, and just see where they can, you know, now their work starts, you know, so good luck to them. I honestly wish them all the best. We've coached against them a couple of years ago, and they're a good competitive unit, and you know, they're up into A5, and well, good luck to Trinity as well. They've got up and won as well, so you know, the promotion relegation side of it comes into play, and they're up there.
Tony Neal, in the words of the great George Costanza, these pretzels are making me thirsty. So I'm off to have a beer and celebrate with my mates. Thank you, Luke Hosey, for a great job. Well done, Jono.
it's been a really good day. Thank you to everyone.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you to
Really
everyone.
good day, and a big
Tony
crowd, and Jono. And
Finals football, what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
From all of us
really
here at
good,
Payneham
isn't it?
Oval, we'll see you next week from somewhere, somehow.
Just get a little bit more warmth into the day. That'd be nice.
Keep an eye open Thursday night.
See you.